Right, I've just switched it over to the stream now because the music stopped. So we're live, everybody.
So we're live. Great. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on episode 2, the actual episode 1 of the Rime and Frostmaiden stream. I'm the DM. I'm Nick. Thanks for joining us tonight. This is going to be awesome. Our first session was really fun. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties on my end that resulted in us being unable to stream it and also unable to record it. However, I do have the audio, so I'm going to try and do something with that, but no commitments on that. We got the stream going now, so that's what counts. Like I said, this is the second session, but we're going to treat it like it's the first session. So that means we're going to do some introductions, starting with Casey.
Hi, everyone. I'm Casey. I'll be playing Nehessa, the Yuan-Ti blade singer, raised by kind of sort of evil warlock family in the Zhentarim order. She just inherited the tradition of blade singing from her adoptive family and is journeying north after an embarrassing incident in Waterdeep. She's kind of put on ice by the organization. Thanks. Over to...
Next would be Dave.
I'm playing Leif. My name's Dave. I'm the human ranger who used to be the postman for Icewind Dale, and now he isn't. Except now he is.
Yes, we come full circle.
Makes sense during the recap.
And then Ian.
My name is Ian. I'm playing Rixana Moonglade, also known as Rix. She's an Eladrin elf, so actually hails from a different plane of existence, the Feywild. And she's a rogue swashbuckler, so tries her best to fight while making it look good, or alternatively while failing rolls and flailing ineffectively at smoke. But I'll do my best. My sister Luna is also part of the party, who you'll hear about shortly.
We're going to keep you in suspense, though, because we're going to go to Josh next.
Hi, I'm Josh. I will be playing the werebear of the party. I am a...
Everybody needs werebear.
Yeah, of course. Mid to late 40s shifter male. I am an artificer or artificer, whichever way you prefer to pronounce it. I'll probably be using both. Bit of a gunslinger and the tank of the party. I lost my wife to tragedy, and I want to protect those around me at any cost now.
And Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm playing Kaylee. She's a young human monk, sort of variant monk, which actually has quite a bit of healing baked in. Yep, she is tall, blonde, lithe. She doesn't seem super worldly, but yep, she's shy and is doing things.
Aren't we all?
Yes, yeah.
And last but not least,
Ready for adventure, audience.
So hi, I'm MJ. I'm playing Runa Moonglade, who is Rixana's a estranged sister, or sort of missing sister. She sort of wandered off when she was a very young age back in the Feywild and disappeared, and Rixana didn't know if she would ever see her again, but recently she has reappeared. But she's a bit different. She's a bit strange. She's a bit quirky. And she doesn't seem to have a good grasp on things like time and whether this is all a game or whether it's real. And no one's quite sure why. And she is a druid, and we're doing like a sort of Circle of the Claw variant subclass, which is all shapeshifty as well.
Yeah, we're actually running 3 custom subclasses. So half of the party is running custom subclasses for this adventure, because when we decided we were going to do it, I was basically like, if there's a subclass that you don't think is accurately represented in D&D 5th edition, let me know and we can workshop one. So Dave playing Leif is running a variant ranger who's all about runic magic, similar to like the Rune Knight or the Artificer in a way. And then, like Justin said, his version of the monk that he is running with Kaylee is a Way of the Shrine Keeper, who is a very support cleric-y kind of monk. And then MJ's running our Circle of the Claws Shapeshifter Druid, which is probably the biggest rework to a class out of the three of them. Excited to see all those in action.
I was like, please.
Yeah.
When he says biggest, he means broken.
I mean, you didn't even use anything, Leaf, Dave, and we already nerfed some of your stuff.
Yeah, right.
But that's one thing I want to stress is that as you're watching the stream and episodes going forward and all that, is that they're not official, they're works in progress, they're just stuff that I'm doing to have fun with this group. And so some of the abilities and talents and stuff might change as we go. So just keep that in mind. So real quick, let's summarize what happened last session. Once we got over the technical difficulties and just got our...
We never got over the technical
difficulties. We didn't really get over them. Once we started to ignore them.
Yeah, there you go.
We started in Luskin. The group came together for the first time in the city of Luskin, joining the call for assistance from the Luscar Deliverers, which is a mercenary group that delivers packages from Luskin all over the more dangerous regions of Faerun. In this particular case, they are planning to go up to Icewind Dale for a selection of deliveries. And this group, all wanting to get out of Luskin and either leave Luskin or just head to the north for whatever reason, they all came together and answered that call. The deliveries, the ones that you picked up, were you guys got a bottle of brandy from a half-orc assassin in the Cutlass, which is one of the bars of Luskin. He kind of started to try and fight you guys and get an idea for how strong you were before he agreed to hand over his delivery. The second one was that was not the letter. That was the
tower?
Heartbreaker was the ship that you had to go to. Felrex Lafine was the individual who tried to shortchange you, whether that was intentional or not. Didn't pay his full amount. But thanks to Rixana's convincing rolls, he was able to pony up the rest of the cash. Then from there, you went to the Hostar of the Arcane to get your third delivery. On the way there, you were noticed from some armed individuals in Luskin who were kind of observing your party, whispering amongst each other, and then they disappeared into the crowds. And then you got your fourth delivery from Dragonbait at the Tavern of the One-Eyed Jacks. And then your last delivery was from a missing individual at the top of the lighthouse who left his delivery and the money for you, but was mysteriously not there. And maybe that'll come up in a future session, but it probably won't.
Easiest delivery or pickup of the night.
Exactly, yeah. Of course, it made everybody immediately suspicious, as it should. And then you brought those deliveries to the ship, the Icebreaker, which is the vessel that has agreed to take you, you six, the representatives of the Luscar Deliverers, up to Icewind Dale. And while you were preparing to while you were preparing to leave Luskin, the captain got called away for some quick business. And while he was gone, a group of ruffians led by a tiefling veteran confronted you all on the Icebreaker, demanding that Kaylee come with them. And you all fought them off, learned that Kaylee made some enemies in the city of Luskin from one of the ship captains, one of the noble, powerful individuals of Luskin. And so she was eager to leave the city as soon as possible. You left Luskin. Leif witnessed something being thrown overboard in the evening while everyone else was apparently asleep, and went above decks on the Icebreaker. And no one else who was above decks seemed to know what was going on. So there's a little bit of a mystery that might come up again later. And then from there, you went to the village of Fireshear, where you encountered Kaladai, the village elder, who requested your assistance with putting out some fire.
Nick, you muted.
Did we lose Nick?
Yeah.
I think we lost the audio. Here we go.
Show is
What has happened?
I don't know, his mic cut out.
Yeah, Nick, just use sign language. We're all good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
What
And now it's just the Nick waving his fist.
Just write it on Sharpie and hold it up to the camera.
Do you want us to continue recapping? Okay, all right, we're gonna recap. So yeah, we got to the town and it was literally on fire, or at least a little bit of it was. So then we wandered off in the direction of the fire because that's also where the blacksmith who we were delivering that letter to lives, and there were a bunch of methods, and they were the cause of the fire. So we fought them off, and then we learned that it was his fault that they appeared, the blacksmith, because he used some kind of weird formula and it exploded into methods like you do. And then we gave him a letter and then we left, I think. Pretty much, right?
And
Is that it?
he gave us a couple of bars of adamantine.
That's right. He gave us some adamantine. Yeah. And then Rixana lied the um, to the village elder and told her that we didn't know how the methods came to be there.
Couldn't hit a method to save her life, but
Right.
nat 20 for a lie didn't really matter terribly much.
Social roles on point, and nothing else.
Nick, are
Okay,
you back?
can you hear me?
Yay.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, all right, I'm back.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for finishing the recap, MJ. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're gonna leave everyone
and so-
suspense.
Right, exactly. And so from there, we are going to let's talk about the stream points a little bit. So some of you may have noticed. Also, thank you, Super Sage. Thank you, Scott, for the subscription. I appreciate that. Some of you may have noticed that you're earning experience points as you watch. Those experience points can be turned in throughout the stream to grant one of our players inspiration, if you so choose. I believe inspiration is 800 experience points, so it takes a while to get there. But you can turn that in to grant a particular player with inspiration. Players in this campaign can have 2 instances of inspiration, which is a change from regular 5e. They can have 1 from myself, and they can have 1 from chat. So just because if I hand out inspiration, that doesn't mean you're then shut out from giving it to that player as well. So keep that in mind. And then from there,
We can't give ourselves inspiration.
you cannot give yourselves inspiration. No.
I hope not.
Yeah, no. I mean, Casey already tried that. I do appreciate you testing the point system to make sure it worked.
Oh, sure. It was a test.
Testing the point
Yeah.
system.
Mhm. I look forward to my point reimbursement.
But from there,
Okay, Karen.
we are going to kick off this second session of the stream of the series by starting with what's called a close quarters scene or close quarters roles. This is a house rule that is adapted from a previous or another system that I'm actually working on, a different RPG system. But basically the crux of it is each player rolls 3d6, and then we use those rolls to determine who has a short little RP vignette scene with each other. So we'll have 3 different scenes, each with 2 characters. And the idea is that since they're all on a ship together, they're unable to like leave and go other places and interact with other people. Let's ignore the fact that there's a crew involved with this. But they're unable to go and interact with other people, and so they're forced to then interact with each other over an extended period of time, thus creating...
So y'all can't avoid us.
Yeah, exactly. The close quarters scene. So if each of you want to go ahead and roll some close quarters rolls for us. Okay, so looking at this, we start top down, so we have 3 6s, so we're going to then ignore 6s and jump to 5s, which means that Nehessa and Leif are together in a scene, because they are sharing 5s, and then we'll look at 4s. We have 3 4s, so let's skip those and go to 3s. Bear and Kaylee are together in a scene, and then the last 2, Runa and Rixana.
Hey, the sisters.
Yeah, it's the sisters. So
That works.
that is our those are our RP scenes. So now if we were using the value of the dice, according to this, it would be Nehessa and Leif have a generally positive interaction through this scene because they rolled 4, 5, or 6. Kaylee and Bear and Runa and Rixana would have a generally negative. It doesn't have to be negative, but their RP scene would be dictated to be a little bit more confrontational rather than cooperative. Now that's not, you guys don't have to do that. You can, whatever strikes you, but you're on the icebreaker. You just left Fireshear. You're on your way to Aurilssbarg. So you have a day of sailing ahead of you. So whoever has an idea for their scene first can go ahead and take it.
I've got one.
Okay.
So Bear is going to approach Kaylee while just, normal daily activities are going on. So, who was the friend of yours that joined us on the ship when we were leaving?
I wouldn't call him a friend, so to speak. I may have run into some problems back in Luskin.
That was quite clear.
I'm not used to, I guess, ownership rules, so yeah, I might have accidentally obtained a few things which I wasn't supposed to because I was really hungry. Yeah. I didn't know it was a captain's food.
I think then I need your assurance that, at least as long as we are working together, that you are paying a little more attention to the norms here and asking questions rather than making assumptions.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can certainly do that. It was... My trip to Luskin was very hard. I was very hungry. I wasn't thinking right. I made some mistakes. And, yeah. I will not make that mistake again. It helps having some food in my stomach now.
With that said, you do something like that again, make sure you don't leave any witnesses behind.
Okay, Kaylee sort of...
If you're gonna steal, why not murder?
Okay. And then she'll just sort of back off to her quarters.
And Bear goes back to just, whatever activities on the ship that are keeping him busy.
Being a dick.
All right. All right, who's next?
So I can go next. So probably while we're on watch or something, or during
Sure.
I'm curious about how Nehessa was fight, because she was quite performative with her fighting in the fight with the Mephits. So Leaf kind of asked. So where did you learn to fight like that?
Lenzio? You spend any time in Waterdeep?
No, I've never been out of the Down.
Yeah, you looked like it. He teaches all of us. Kind of
Who
his
teaches? So you cut out at the beginning there.
my father Relenzio. Make sure all of his children learn the Blade song.
It
It's
kind of
kind of
reminded me
his
of a
little.
juggler I saw passing through 10 Towns once.
That's funny. So you've done the mail, like delivery
Yeah, I've travelled all
before.
over 10 Towns in the Down.
You look like it.
What?
And now, no. But then, right. So you used to do it. You didn't do it. Now you're doing it again, right?
Stick to what you know, I guess?
And you even came back to the people that made you stop doing it, right?
No. I mean, there's more of them. They do a better job. You
I
generally.
see. And she's gonna give a big wink and say, like, this is how you set it up. Like, this is the long-term vengeance plan, right? This is how you bring them down from inside the organization. That's admirable. I honestly.
What?
She leans back and puffs on her pipe.
Oh,
I'm
whittling a protective charm like rapidly out of wood.
What's that one gonna do?
Keep you away from me, hopefully.
all on the same side, I think.
Are we?
Nessa just scoots closer.
Mm-hmm. So what's your next step? You got into the organization, good. You're going back, home turf, right?
There is no step. There is no plan.
Improvise, good. That's good.
Leif pulls the ripcord on this conversation and walks up.
Right. I was thinking that was a good spot to cut it, but I was all right. Awesome. So Runa and Rixana.
Did you have any thoughts, Ian? Because if not, I've got an idea.
Okay, if you got an idea, roll with it.
Okay, how about so I don't know, below deck or above deck doesn't really matter. Runa is doing her usual like staring off into the distance for like an hour, and you're coming over to interrupt.
Okay, sounds good. So Roxana is coming over a little bit awkwardly, standing next to you for a long period of time, and then gently is gonna be like, "Runa, can I talk to you?"
And as soon as her name is uttered, Runa sort of like snaps to attention, almost like you broke some kind of trance, and she looks to you with like a panicked expression and says, "Tissa, you're here? How did you get here?"
It's me. It's Roxana.
No, not again. No, you can't do that.
Do what exactly?
Wait, you mean you are Rixana?
Yeah, I am, and I'll do like basically increasing my summer aspect, so my skin is kind of glowing golden and hair as well.
Runa kind of like starts to pace for a little bit and says, oh, uh, right, because we're here now. We're on the boat. Okay, yeah, I remember. Sorry,
Were you daydreaming?
daydreaming. Daydreaming? Yes, sure. Right, that.
Yeah, I I wanted to. I don't know how to say this. I'm not good at this. I wanted to ask that one trick you did yesterday. I haven't seen you do it before, but you know how you're kind of like here on two legs, and then this trick where suddenly you're on four legs and furry. I was
Oh,
wondering how you, because I have some tricks, but I don't quite know that one. So how do you do that?
right. Well, Tessa taught me how to do that one.
Okay, is and that was a teacher of yours?
Uh, she looks really worried for a second, and sort of like a bead of sweat drips down her forehead, and then she says, "I wouldn't want me talking about it. I should go." And then she just marches off.
Okay. Roxana, we'll call her back. Wait. I didn't mean to press. I'm sorry. Since you showed me one of your tricks, I'll show you one of my tricks. And Roxana is basically gonna juggle her swords as one of her old sword performing tricks.
And Runa looks like absolutely enthralled by the performance and is like clapping, like, woo!
Okay.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Nice. Okay, so as we transition from the close quarters into the rest of the session, I just want to remind everybody that we will play until about 8:15-ish, at which point we'll take about a 15-minute break as I get my kids to bed, and then we will resume from there and play probably until about 11 o'clock, or as near to as we can. So, without further ado, the icebreaker slides across the cold northern sea, leaving the calm village of Fireshear behind on the evening of the 22nd of High Sun, which is August. Though the calendar claims there are still several weeks of summer still to come, the winds carry a biting cold from the north. During your voyage, Captain Silvermane informs your company and the crew that each night of the voyage, those who are not on duty are confined to their quarters until the light of dawn. And so the evening on your way to Aurilssbarg is one with naught but each other and the walls of your cabin and the cargo hold to keep you company. So I have everybody paired up on this next map according to your close quarters scenes. So I'm going to move us over to that.
I know no one on the stream can see, but my cat is like right here. She's adorable. Hi. She's watching.
Yeah, I saw you petting the cat earlier. So at least she's there. But yeah, I have you all paired up as according to your close quarters scenes. Runa and Rixana, why don't you two go ahead and give me a perception check, if you will?
Okay.
Oh, look at that crit.
Wow.
Starting off the
alright.
right way.
Well, you both hear the sounds of scratching and sounds like someone is fiddling with tools. They're trying to be quiet. You hear like a light clinking of metal, but it's coming from the southwest corner of the hold, which is where you guys are. And because of the stairs leading back up to the main deck and like the cargo stuff over in this area, you can't see who's back over there without moving. But you do know that that is where your locked chest containing your delivery items is located.
Oh, Ian, are you muted?
I'm gonna try to quietly head to that area, and I'm kind of gonna raise my finger to Runa and say, "We're playing the be quiet game now," and start heading towards that direction.
Okay, I'm good at that game. And Runa's gonna shift into her lurker form.
All right, and so then I will need stealth checks from the two of you.
So yeah, you watch as Runa suddenly disappears, and in her place is a white lynx cat. And
So
let me
14 for me.
Do I get any sort of bonus? No. Okay. Boop. There's mine.
All right, so as you two sneak your way around kind of the cargo and the mast and everything like that to get a better look at where your chest is located, you see, and this person does not seem to be aware of you, a small figure that's kind of huddled over your chest and going through a set of thieves' tools. The figure is hooded, but you can see the like a whiskery nose kind of pointing out from underneath a green hood. And the hands that are going through the thieves' tools are furry and clawed.
I want to throw my dagger by this figure's head. I don't want to try to actually hit them. I just want to clearly, very quickly get their attention and scare them. So, like, pass their head into the wall in front of them.
Okay, let's do. Let's see. Yeah, you'd just be able to do that. I was going to call for an intimidation check or something, but no, I think Rixana would just be able to do that. So you throw the dagger and it embeds into, let's say, like one of the crates or something that are stacked around this individual. And they stop all of a sudden. And it turns to look at you, and you two see, and actually, it doesn't see Runa, but it sees Rixana because Rixana threw the dagger. Has the face of like a rat. This is obviously a rat person, for lack of a better term. But it sees you and it's like, it kind of does like a sneer. And it goes, are you with the Luscar Deliverers?
Yeah, as a matter of fact. And can I help you? Because it sure looks like you're going through our valuable cargo.
Can I circle around while he's in discussion with Rixana?
I'll let you move up to half of your movement.
Okay. I just want to kind of like get around these barrels and kind of get close to him like that.
Okay. So Rixana, you answer, and the rat person draws a short sword from their belt, and they're like, "Yes, you can help me by dying." I will take initiative from everybody.
Yeah, you will. What? Oh, that's my second 20 already.
Wow. That's a
Oh, but I
14
forgot to
for
click on
me.
the button. 1 second. Can you add me to the turn
There
tracking?
you go. You should be on there now.
Cool. Booyah.
All right. Well, Runa, you are starting combat for us. So this individual, this rat person, draws their short sword and threatens Rixana. And what do you do?
Yeah, no, you don't do that. That's bad. That's not what you do. So yeah, Runa's eyes flash and she suddenly leaps from out of nowhere. Well, from out of the boxes, I guess. And I guess I can't pounce, but that's okay. I'll just kind of like, I'm over here now, and I just attack.
And Ian, you have inspiration as gifted from Scott. So thank you, Scott. Thank you, Super Sage in chat.
Boo!
A 24 will hit.
Ew. Cool. Take some damage. And I'm gonna actually do menacing attack. So I'm gonna add my superiority die to that. So it's 1d6. So 4 more damage, and it has to make a wisdom save DC 12. Do not be scared.
Okay. It succeeded on its wisdom save. But you did notice that when you pounced on it, that your claws and your teeth, while they're cutting into this individual, they're not. It seems like their hide is tougher than you would expected. You're having trouble actually like causing what you would expect to be like a normal wound, if that makes sense.
Sure.
And then
People.
And then anything else for you? Otherwise, we would move on to Kaylee, which the rest of you would be able to hear the sound of the fight going on, of Runa leaping from the boxes onto this person.
Yeah, you hear like a loud hiss as well, just before I strike. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Kaylee?
So are these two doors coming from here? You're saying?
Yes. Yep. You have a door on the north and a door on the west. The door to the north is where you hear the altercation taking place.
Okay. So Kaylee will get up from her lounge position, I guess, and go and open that door. Okay. So I see Rix. I'll pop out. I'll see this Bobcat Lynx attacking this rat guy.
That's right. Yep.
Rixana, what's going on? Actually, would I have heard him say, or this rat, I guess I don't know gender, that is fine. Would I have heard him say that he wants us to die?
Passive 15, you probably heard a threatening tone from someone you don't recognize and then come out to see the lynx leaping at this individual. So
Okay. And what are these things I need to step on top of if I want to go straight over?
We'll just treat that as regular terrain. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I will pop over here and just try to, I guess, hit this person with my fist.
All right.
Yeah, I'm unarmed right now, so.
Even with a bobcat or a lynx in their face, they're still able to stay away from your attack.
All right, and then bonus attack. Nice. Done.
All right. Yes, Bear, I will get your Robo-Bear in there. Nehessa, you are up next.
So I guess we're starting to hear a scuffle.
That's right.
Sounds like
That's one way of
hop
putting it.
down off of the hammock. I think they're playing our song. So I will head down the stairs, up the stairs.
You're actually going to want to go to that door right there.
So probably should say that that's where these sounds are coming. All right. Let's take in the situation. So there's now a cat on the board.
There is.
Yeah.
I can put a cat in the camera too. Come here, bro.
It's more in character, but
Yeah, well, now there's two.
Was he going for the stuff? That's to anyone that will answer.
Yep.
You just hear growling. from me.
As the
was.
Y, as the syllable of Y for yup emerges from your lips, just twang.
Nice.
Yeah,
16 will hit.
neat. For a light crossbow, is that a D6 or D8? Because I might be wrong. Put.
I don't think it's a D8.
Yeah, I think it is a
It's
D6.
D8. All right. Well, I guess he
Yeah.
takes.
That's all right. I'll treat that as a regular attack there.
I mean, yeah.
Because you rolled an 8, so I'll treat it as a 6 plus your 3.
It is a D8, anyways.
Oh, it is. Then never mind. Perfect.
Apparently, yeah. It's my bad. Yeah. So 5.5, because apparently he's got whatever.
That's true. Yep. So the
It's
bolt
not-
hits, but yeah.
I played D&D before.
It appears that this enemy has resistance. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Plenty more where that came from.
All right.
You
is
know,
that it
just
for
give me
you?
a chance to just give me a chance to reload. Well, he's over there. What do I need to?
Just figured I'd ask. Rixana, you're up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move up to this creature and swipey do an attack.
All right.
That's 23.
That'll hit.
There you go.
With sneak attack, that's 17 damage total. And then for my bonus action, I'll hit with my offhand.
Nice.
18.
That'll do it.
Okay, another 7 on that.
All right. Yeah, so you hit this creature twice, and they snarl in response, and then you see them start to like look around for just like frantically searching the hold for some sort of avenue of escape. And Leif, you're up.
Okay, I'll make my way over to the door. That's 15. Okay. I'll move into the doorway. So, and I'll yell out, "What's going on? What is happening?"
I think this guy was trying to steal our packages.
And then I whip an axe at him.
All right.
You just get a nod of approval from the Hessa, as you don't really get an answer before committing to violence.
I love how it's like one person after another. Like, are they getting our stuff? Items flying through the room.
That is a hit, Leif.
Okay, and then I'll use bone action to do offhand. Throw both of them.
It's like reminds me of all the people like walking into the cockpit during the movie Airplane. We're all counting on you.
Just a cue to slap this person.
All right. So the 2 axes hit, and this individual is looking quite desperate now at this point.
Yield.
So as it is fighting off Runa and Rixana and Kaylee, it is actually going to, before your very eyes, transform into a rat and scurry between Kaylee's legs. Kaylee, you can go ahead and make actually all 3. Oh my gosh, that might be a bad idea. Hang on. 3 attacks of opportunity against a rat.
Also, I hunt rats.
This is true.
Do it. Do it. Do it. You won't do it.
I already said it. So yeah, we're gonna do it. It transforms into a rat, and then it scurries. It attempts to scurry away. So I will take attacks of opportunity from you all.
Hiss. Bite. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. That's a crit.
It's a crit.
It's a crit with sneak attack. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. Get wrecked.
Okay, so Kaylee and Ian both strike the giant rat. All right. Oof. But still has health.
Wait, that didn't double your sneak attack.
Yeah.
You still need another 2d6.
Do I get sneak attack on that?
Anything that's a die.
Isn't it
Is
once per
doubled.
round?
Yeah, I thought it was once per.
It's once per turn.
I see.
Oh, once per turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's once per turn.
So when would that refresh? Start of his next turn?
No, it's once per anyone's turn. So
Anyone's
if something,
turn? Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. All right. Yep. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack dice.
Twice.
Yeah, so you want 4d6.
Obliterated.
Doing my math
Right.
2d.
May have been a miscalculation on the rat's part.
Okay.
So another 9. Wow,
Another 9.
Yeah.
that could have been higher.
Okay, it's definitely bloodied, but it is still hanging on by a thread. You probably chopped its tail off or something, and it squeaks as it scurries out. But then it scurries through a porthole and on the side of the ship and disappears from view.
Can I
Everyone
attempt?
turn into an animal this side of the 10 towns?
Don't look at me.
I can't.
Are we still in
roll
initiative?
Can I take my turn since I was late to the party?
Yeah, Bear, you can take your turn, and then we will effectively be out of combat then.
Yeah.
So.
That was the joke.
Can I use my keen smell to try to follow it, even though I can't actually leave out the porthole?
Yes, let's let Bear resolve what he was going to do, and then yes, you can do that.
Okay.
I just walk out of the room loading my gun. What's with all the ruckus?
Ratman tried to take the mail.
It's not something you hear very often.
You'd be surprised. Can I walk over to which porthole did he leave? Like just one over here or something?
Yep, down over there. Yep.
All right.
And Runa, I'll take the.
I got it 12.
Nice. So Runa, yeah, you lose it after it. You lose the scent after it goes through the porthole, and you don't smell it along the sides or anything. So you are wondering if it just dropped into the sea.
So I think for a good 5 minutes, I'm scratching at the porthole,
Sure.
get back here.
At some point in those 5 minutes, I will whistle for Ghidorah, my vulture familiar, outside.
You have a vulture familiar? Oh, that's why you were talking about vultures earlier.
Yeah, so I will say, you're looking for someone bleeding on the ship, or maybe nearby. Sniff it out.
Okay.
We'll just dispatch it.
Ghidorah stares at you its stare
You can
is
talk.
stoic but lace. Oh, can they talk? Okay, great.
Well, you said familiars could talk this time. Last time it was kind of indeterminate, and sometimes they did, and sometimes they didn't. But
yeah, we'll definitely go with talk.
Well, yeah.
So,
Is this the
Ghidorah
first time this talking vulture has shown up?
yes. So it is. It's perched.
I didn't turn into an animal. I don't know what you're dealing with. Yeah.
Or it's flying outside the porthole and it's looking at Nehessa when you give it the orders, and it essentially gives the vulture equivalent of rolling its eyes, whatever that is, and it's all right, bleeding, of course, great, awesome, and then it flies up.
It just goes and scratches.
I think
someone's
the vulture
eyes
equivalent
out.
of rolling its eyes
Bleeding.
would still be rolling its eyes.
Fair. They have eyes which can roll.
Yeah.
Disney vulture.
After Nehessa orders Ghidorah out to scout, Captain Silvermane, the half-orc, comes clambering down the steps, looking frantically around, and he sees the image of the vulture flying away from the porthole, and then he sees the lynx clawing at the porthole, sniffing around and trying to figure out what's going on. And then he sees the giant robotic bear, which granted he's seen that before, but he's just what the hell? What's going on
Still
down
funny.
here?
I was just about to come get you. You apparently have a bit of a rat problem. One on two legs.
What?
And then he looks at your party and he's like, I'm gonna need you to be more specific.
Somebody who saw him explain.
So Runa shifts back into her Eladrin and immediately starts pacing like she's extra worried. And she says, I lost it. Oh my goodness, I lost it. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Tista. Please don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me.
Somebody a little more intelligible.
Someone try to get into the shipment.
Green cloak, rat face, very
Like a literal rat face,
yeah,
apparently.
not a figurative. Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
Where are they? Did you get them?
Well, then they turned into a rat, which I guess we should have seen coming, honestly. And then they went through the porthole.
In retrospect, the rat thing was pretty obvious. I mean,
He's like, God.
I'm just saying, one thing, it's the kind of thing, like, it makes sense, you know? Yeah. Anyway,
He's like,
now you know as much as the rest of us.
How big is this chest with our stuff in?
Let's see. You don't have much, so it's probably like about a foot locker.
So we could move it to our room, or well, not our room,
Yes.
but whatever. Yeah. Then I'm gonna. Yeah. I want that moved to where we're sleeping.
Sure. Okay.
Mhm.
So he's looking around. He's like, all right. He's like, so when we left Luskin, one of the lookouts on the ship reported that one of our sailors went missing. He's like, I didn't make a deal of it because I didn't want to cause a panic on the ship. It's like, but if you found someone that was trying to break into your possessions, your deliveries, and then attacked you and fled, he's like, I have a feeling this might be the same individual. He's like, changed into a rat? You're certain you saw this?
Strangest thing I ever saw.
I
He's
like
well.
frown at that.
I like the idea that everyone's just looking at Runa like,
I frown loudly
yeah,
at that.
changing it. Like Runa and Bear are both like, yeah, changing forms. That's so weird.
So weird.
He's like,
What
well,
a
there's
bunch
only
of freaks.
Captain Silvermane's like, there's only one thing that I know of that's a half rat, half person, or I'm sorry, rat-faced person, to use your words, and then can become a rat actually. He's like, that has to be a were-rat. He's like, now unfortunately, me in my infinite wisdom, I didn't think to pick up any silvered weapons when we left Luskin. He's like, where individuals are problematic if you don't have a silver weapon. It's like, okay. Well, we're just about to put into port at Aurilssbarg. We're less than an hour away. He's like, I'll talk to the crew top deck and make sure that they're scouring, looking for a bloodied rat. But he's like, in the meantime, I'm going to request that everyone stay on board the ship until the morning, and then you guys can complete your delivery then. He's like, hopefully we'll be able to find the individual and take care of this situation before it escalates any further.
We're not in port currently, right? Where would
No.
we go if not staying on the ship?
He's like, well, when we put into port, he's like, when we drop anchor, he's like, I just request that everyone stays on board. I will take the silence as an affirmative from each and every one of you. And then while he's talking to you, Nehessa, Ghidorah flies back over to the porthole. And it's like, no luck.
Yeah, what else is new?
Well, either he's not gonna, as a rat, swim to safety. So either there's another ship around, or it's hiding somewhere on the ship, right?
Yeah, that's my thought exactly.
Maybe it's like that one, and it can do other animals too.
Whole menagerie.
Wait, what did you say? That one?
Yeah,
If it's a
the one in the
light-
corner.
I think you like
If it's a
gesture
like
it.
a rope, they have
Yeah.
one animal they can turn into.
Yeah, just because it can innately do it to a rat doesn't mean that it couldn't do it to another animal.
You know what people usually do with rats is put out bait.
Well, that's what the chest is, right? We're moving the chest to our room.
But I don't think it's gonna like
That's kind of the opposite of bait.
room. We need like a decoy chest somewhere that looks tempting but not an obvious trap location.
Captain Silvermane kind of looks amongst all of you. He's like, whatever you do, he's like, I'm gonna go alert the crew and make sure that we have everyone who's available searching for this rat. He's like, we'll find them before morning, I don't doubt.
Runa,
And then he goes upstairs.
I think once the captain leaves, Runa stands up and walks over to where the chest was, because it's like being moved, right? And and casts minor illusion in the shape of the exact chest. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I was pulling out my wand, and then I see you do it, and I just slide the wand back in. Save me the trouble.
And
No, it's fine. Go on.
And says, bait?
Mm-hmm. That's perfect.
What are the items we picked up again? We've got a bottle of brandy.
Cookies. That was one of them.
Was that?
I'm not. Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't cookies.
The box of cookies?
You got
Oh, I see. I remember everything, including the dumb joke decoy. All right.
You got a bottle of brandy. You got a letter, which you delivered. You have a metal box, a heavy metal box, a package, like a brown paper package that's wrapped in twine, and then you have a wooden box.
Which was the weapon case, right? We knew the wooden box was a weapon case.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast Detect Magic.
On your footlocker?
Yeah.
There are multiple kinds of magic, multiple magic items in your footlocker.
Oh, snap.
Do you get a sense of what they are? Like magic-wise?
Sure. Just a sec. Opening up the right screen.
While this is happening, Runa turns to Nahesa and says, this time we will catch it for sure, and then I will put it to sleep, and then I'll be winning.
All right. You detect okay, so you detect abjuration and necromantic magic. Specifically your two favorite kinds, Dave.
Oh, good. Necromantic magic. That's what you want.
Must be the brandy.
And you also detect...
From what item?
Okay, so you're looking at the individual items. That's from the wood case. And
Why don't we just open them and say that the Rat Man did it?
No.
That's what we're dealing with.
No.
That just seems the most direct approach.
Don't you have juggling to do?
But the Rat Man didn't do it.
And then from the brown paper package, you detect evocation magic. And bear with me, maneuvering windows here real quick. All right. And then in the heavy metal box, you actually don't detect any magic. And then what's the last? The last one was the letter which you gave, and the brandy is not magical. So yeah. So the wooden box has necromancy and abjuration. The brown paper package has evocation, and then no magic is emanating from any of the other items.
Okay. I don't think he would be after the brandy. The metal box being magical doesn't necessarily mean he's not after that. What did he say when he left? What did he say when you confronted him?
Oh, when Rixana
Leif's actually asking Rixana.
Oh, okay, all right.
There wasn't a lot of conversation, to be honest. It was basically along the lines of, you're gonna die and I'm gonna make you die. That's about it.
Specifically, he was going to make you die.
Yes. I remember the die word, and it was directed to me, but that's about it.
Tell it to the cleaning lady on Monday.
Because you'll be dust.
It's a
Wow.
pretty cool line.
Fucking nerd.
Nick, while this is all going on, I pull out my Tinker's tools and I start messing with Robo Bear to kind of alter his shape and make him look less like an animal and more like, some sort of box with fold up legs or whatever. So that way he can hang out while, hang out in the room with the bait and hopefully be less likely to be detected.
You made a gonk droid.
Yeah,
Gong.
Yeah, it's a gong droid.
pretty much.
Right. All right.
Nice. Okay. He will assume recon mode.
Box mode initiated.
Just put him inside the illusion.
Just make the illusion bigger.
Why don't we just make the bear shaped like a box? Like
That's
a
what he
the
did.
chest, rather. No. The actual. Well, whatever.
That would be very difficult.
Imagine
Mhm.
opening the footlocker and it's a mechanical bear head staring at you.
I'd be surprised.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, now that this foolproof plan is in place, and we've been told to go to sleep until the morning.
Is this our?
So-
This is our quarters.
Are
Right
we-
up here, where me and the Hesse.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
are we keeping the illusion? Well, how long does this last?
It only lasts a
Only
minute.
lasts a
So
minute.
you're gonna
Okay,
have to
never
keep
mind.
doing it.
I don't think that plan is going to work then. That's unfortunate. I thought it lasted like an hour.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh well.
Is the
don't think
chest
so. I
that's
think
in
that-
a very distinctive looking chest, or is it just like a standard chest you would find anywhere?
The one that your guys' chest with
Yeah,
your goods in it.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a standard looking footlocker. There aren't many that look like it on this in the cargo hold of this ship. Like it kind of stands out amongst the barrels and crates and everything else that they have here with their provisions and all that. But like it's something that like you could buy another one that looks just like this at Aurilssbarg almost certainly. So
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I say we just get another similar looking
crate
chest.
store.
and- Yeah. Go to the crate store.
Box.org.edu.
Amazon.icewinddale.
IWD.
Why don't we just booby trap the real box?
Because I don't trust the
Whatever.
booby trap to not destroy what's in the box.
Agreed.
Or the next
It could just be an alarm, not like an explosive. Not everything has to be an explosive solution.
Can anybody create like alarm booby traps?
I can.
Some sort of tinker.
Some sort of person who works. with
Camera pans
artifacts?
over.
Like an
and then-
artificer?
To the werebear who's elbow deep in a robot bear.
Yeah.
Sorry, bear's all the way down over here.
I'm just imagining the worst trap ever. Like we have a chest with a big arrow on the wall pointing down.
While this conversation
Free
happened,
arrow.
like the illusion got away.
So 15 to rig a basic alarm,
Oh, nice.
and I am going to hook it up to one of my magical tinker items. So rather than just ringing a bell or anything like that, it's going to actually set off an alarm.
Okay.
It's not like super loud or anything. It is 6 seconds long and repeats. But
Please tell me
Okay.
the bear just says danger.
I can do that.
Danger,
you see-
Ricksana Robinson.
A 15 will do that. That is a success. You are confident in your alarm.
Did that like use up any sort of like resources for you?
Nope. Well, I mean, I can only have like 3 tinkered objects going, but they're effectively useless. So happy to get some sort of use out of it.
I mean, I wouldn't call this useless. This is a pretty cool idea. I like it.
I can do it without magic, but it's much cooler with magic.
Heck yeah.
All right, so Bear creates an alarm-triggered box. What are the rest of you doing?
Going to sleep and waiting until morning, like the captain commanded.
What time is it?
It's like the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's probably like 1 a.m. at this point. Actually, it's probably closer to midnight. And then, like you said, you guys are less than an hour away from Aurilssbarg. And then once the morning light hits, then you guys can go ashore. So
Then yeah, I guess sleep.
all right, that is where we will take our break. So like I said, we will take a 15-20 minute-ish break while I go and get my kids to bed, and then we will reconvene from there. So thanks, guys. We'll see you in a little bit. And we're back. All right. So let's pick up right where we left off, shall we? You guys just set the alarm on RoboBear box, box bear,
Robot
and I'm gonna keep
Robots.
workshopping that until I get a laugh from everybody. All right. So the icebreaker pulls into harbor at Aurilssbarg. Drops anchor, but doesn't extend the gangplank or anything like that. Under Captain Silvermane's orders, everyone is staying on the boat. As you guys are drifting back to sleep, you can hear the sounds of the crew moving about top deck, both to bring the ship in, and then also you hear some people that are shouting to see if they can find this rat person that has escaped from your altercation, from your encounter. But you wake up a few hours later, and you hear more what sounds like just like general activity up above, what you've heard before, like when you put into port in Fire Shear. And then after you guys are up and kind of moving around for the day, Captain Silvermane comes back and talks with you. He'd probably seek out Rixana, and he goes to Rixana and he says, "Well, he's like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we found no such luck finding that rat." He's like, "So all caution going ashore." He's like, and also, and he fishes through a belt pouch and he dumps some coins in his hand. And he's like, "This is 50 gold. He's like, I would appreciate it if you could procure a silver weapon of some sort, short sword, dagger, long sword, whatever they have." He's like, it'll be yours for the time being. He's like, but it will be property of the ship. He's like, but I want you guys to have it because this person seemed interested in your goods.
Very well.
Ian, you're muted. Ian, you're muted.
I appreciate it. We'll do our best.
That's anticlimactic.
He's like, how many deliveries do you have here in Aurilssbarg? Is it one? Is it a couple of them?
Well, a shit ton. I kind of got bored about halfway through the list. I think it's like 5 or 6, somewhere around there.
Well, as a DM, you guys have one delivery at this town.
You didn't have to explain the joke, Nick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know if Ian was if it was a joke
I think,
or not.
I think
Clearly doing
Ian
a
was
bit.
purpose.
Clearly you're
both
bit.
player and character.
Just half right. Okay.
But that's
He's like,
very in character for her, so that's fine.
He's like, very well. I'll let the crew then go ashore, and they'll have some shore leave while you guys complete your business. He's like, but once you're done, we will make ready to head to your next destination.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe we'll find some cats to bring on board.
Oh, well, I mean, as long as you keep them confined, just the fewer animals, the better. But I mean, I'm not one to tell you just to go ashore, do what you need to do, come back with whatever animals you think are
You're gonna
necessary.
waddle in as a penguin as he's saying that. Yeah,
Is that your aquatic form, is penguin?
I haven't actually chosen yet. No, it's probably gonna be a shark because
Oh, sure.
that would, I don't know.
I was thinking like
be more
Harper Seal would be a
menacing.
good one.
What?
I was thinking like Harper Seal would be a good one.
Oh, maybe.
Not
I
for
haven't
combat.
really decided.
Seal with a
Yeah.
lute. What is a harper seal?
Yeah, it's a bard. It's a bard.
It's a seal, but you know, it's one of the Harpers.
Yeah,
Does
it's
it
a
only sing
performing.
Kiss from a Rose?
Like you
Is
do.
that what
It does. But the good thing is that song never gets old, so we'll be fine.
Says
All
you.
right. Okay, so you guys are now free to explore the small town of Aurilssbarg. I'm going to move us to the regional map so that we can actually see, not Aurilssbarg, but we can see the greater area. Where's our ship? There it is. It's all over there. So Aurilssbarg is on the western side of Icewind Dale. It is a small whaling village. It looks like we lost Justin. Dave, did that mess the cameras up?
It will.
I'm sure
You
it
can
did.
still hear me.
When
can
he
hear
comes
you.
Yeah,
back,
it did. Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Somehow my
I'll-
camera got
oh
turned
yeah,
off.
you're
Sorry.
back.
That's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
That's fine. I'll take this opportunity to let chat know that the way we are running video, if one of us leaves the video, whether by accident or if we have to turn their camera off, unfortunately, that will rearrange where all the frames are, and then that might look weird to you guys watching. So I do apologize if that happens, but it is something that might happen from time to time. So Aurilssbarg, like I said, is a small whaling village on the volcanic island of Ice Peak, named after the dormant volcano, Ice Peak. They have a decent-sized market. They enjoy trade from Luskin, and it is busy when you go into town today. So, like I said before we played, you guys have the opportunity to do some shopping here. Anything in equipment that is 10 gold or lower in the player's handbook is available. And also, as you're going through the markets, you can find a few different odd trinkets. There's a glass jar containing lard with a label that reads Griffin Grease and a price tag of 5 silver. There's a small packet filled with a fine pink dust that the seller claims is for cooking. That is for 2 silver. And then there's a metal can that has no opening, but it sounds like it's filled with sand. And that is also 5 silver. And then there's also other odds and ends, different tools and weapons and stuff like that. So, what are you guys doing?
Nick, you know the rumors we did?
Mm-hmm.
One of mine that wasn't picked for the 3 was about this place. So can that still be active?
It can. Why don't you message me in Discord, that one, and I will add it to your rumors sheet. Sorry, I took the first 3 you threw at me, and I didn't look back.
So I think Runa, who doesn't appear to 100% understand trade and barter and coinage, buys all of those trinkets that you mentioned, just each and every one. So that's what, 12 silver, 13 silver total?
12 silver total.
12 silver. But like, you know, like with I assume if Ian's okay with it, with like Rixana guiding her, because she'll be like, oh, 5? Okay, here's 5. And like, it's like 5 acorns in her pocket. And Rixana's like, no, the coins. And then like she'll pull out like 5 gold coins and hand them over. And then the shopkeeper's like, his eyes light up. And then Rixana's like, no, the silver ones, the silver. it's like a 30-minute long process.
And like every stall you go to, yeah.
Right.
I like that.
Like, oh, this looks interesting, and then like buys it, and it's like, no, that's for cooking. Okay, whatever, sure, that's fine. Funny.
Yeah, I like that. Go ahead and take inspiration for that. I like that.
Okay.
What? What else are you guys doing in Aurilssbarg? Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I am going to find the blacksmith in town.
Okay.
Sir, we are on a ship that has docked, and we are making a few deliveries in town. I was wondering if I might be able to use your forge for a few minutes to melt some metal.
And he kind of looks at it's a burly man, big long beard that's braided in every which way, and he kind of looks at all of his stuff. He's like, well, I'm kind of busy. He's like, do you know I don't have time to babysit someone wanting to use the forge?
Literally just kind of lifts up his armor to show the smith's tools that he has on his belt. I know my way around a forge.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion
check. Winnie the Pooh lifting his shaft.
And show off all my tools. Yeah, are you flirting? Like, I show you all my tools. I got some tools over here. Okay, sorry.
That should have been the one.
It's what we call dropping the hammer.
Yeah.
All right, so no advantage, so you rolled a 1 on that.
Oh boy.
And he just kind of looks at you and he shakes his head. He's like, look, he's like, if I let anybody who came ashore use this forge, he's like, I'd never get anything done. He's like, you can buy something, otherwise please just move on.
Hold up a gold piece. Would this convince you?
He's like, if you got another one of those, then sure.
2 gold pieces.
All right. So he lets you use the forge. He's happy to get the gold, but you also tell that he's like kind of looking over his shoulder at what you're doing, like kind of making sure that you're doing everything okay. But after a little while, he can tell that you're obviously knowledgeable and skilled in this. So then he kind of lets you be for a little bit. So
You're like, dude, I built a robot.
I can't do that because my robot's not here. I'm just gonna sound like a
Oh.
crazy person.
I swear, right now, if you find my robot. It's a bear, I'm telling you.
Goes, what the fuck is a robot?
Yeah.
I'm going to melt down. I've got 5 silver pieces. I'm going to melt them down into ammunition for my gun.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Okay. Shooting money at people.
So I'm going to go and look for a place that would sell a silvered weapon.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way to the same blacksmith that Bear is at.
I do like a quick double take. Like, is there a twin?
And you see that he does have a silver short sword. It is on display prominently on his shop. Like, he is proud of it and wanting to sell it.
How much for the short sword?
Lift up your shirt and show your money pouch.
Yeah. I show him my coin purse.
He looks at the short sword and he looks at you. He's like, I'll part with that short sword for 80 gold.
Yeah, right.
You asked, I answered, buddy.
Okay. Does that sound reasonable?
It's obviously he's upcharging it. Like, they're more expensive than what you would expect for a regular
I look
short
around to
sword.
see if Rixana is about.
Would I be in the area?
I
at
throw
that
up the
time?
charisma signal, is what I'm doing.
I mean, we're still in the marketplace, right?
He's part of the market, so you'd probably hear like Rixana and Runa trying to remove Runa from another stall, nearby.
Yeah, I just sort of imagine that like Kaylee and Nehessa are in the center of this place. Kaylee's holding on to the package, and she keeps looking at the package like, aren't we just supposed to deliver this?
Yeah,
Everyone split off, and Kaylee's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm like, Glorth, no. Glorth, no. Just, I'm
Asking
just
every
how
person
I
in
put
the
it down the rows of stalls. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
if I hear that going on, I can drift in and be like, "Is something wrong?"
I'll like pull Rixana aside so the blacksmith can't hear. We've only got 50, and he says the sword is 80.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up to the guy. So the thing is that you and I both know this is not an 80 gold sword. You can see this fine sword I have, and I'll hold up the magical sword I have, the +1. So I'm someone who knows my swords. I'm not one of the tourists here. So let's go ahead and call it 50 gold. Call it a day. We'll take this back with us. And, there's not a lot of travelers coming by here. We can spread the good word about your place.
go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, and you can make it with advantage since you are showing an obviously better crafted weapon, implying that you have knowledge of, like, appraisal knowledge.
Okay. 16.
He's like, I apologize. I didn't know I was dealing with someone so aware of what these things go for. He's like, you're right. It's nothing. It's made of silver, which is nice, but it's not magical like that. He's like, all right, I'll knock it down to 55 gold.
50 and we'll call it good.
You drive a hard bargain, but fair is fair. You're all right. That works.
Okay. So that's done. I'm not being greedy. Just get it for 50.
And then Rixana, as you are taking out the gold that Captain Silvermane gave you and exchanging for that short sword, you then notice at a stall pretty nearby the blacksmith's forge, you see a number of small mechanical objects, and most notably, one of them appears to be a bronze pocket watch that is lying open. Again, it's kind of sitting amongst all these other little tiny mechanical trinkets.
So I'm gonna go up to the stall person, the stall keeper. How much for this timepiece here?
And it's an old woman who's wrapped in furs, and she looks at it and she looks up at you. She's like, "Oh, that." She's like, "Oh, I'd part with that for only a few silver." She's like, "Unfortunately, the thing doesn't work. It's really nice." She's like, "I got it from a traveler. I was hoping I could maybe toy with it a little bit and figure out if I could get it working again. But unfortunately, it doesn't tick anymore." She's like, "But I'd part with it for you with I don't know, a small payment of." She kind of turns it over in her hands, getting an idea. She's like, 5 silver. Does that sound reasonable?
You drive a hard bargain. I'm gonna guess Rixana knows
What a
zero
bargain
about timepieces and mechanical items, so that sounds good for her.
Sure. It definitely looks like it's old, and it looks like it's a decent, nice, like it's a nice piece, but it's old. It needs to be polished, and it obviously needs to be fixed. So
It
it's
doesn't
really
look
just
like obviously broken, right? It's just not.
no, it's not like
functioning well.
shattered or anything. It's something internal.
Okay, I'll go ahead and grab that item.
I think, and Rixana has like left Runa behind just even the briefest of moments, and I'm just gonna delete another gold from my inventory because while she's been gone, Runa's just been like handing silver pieces to merchants for nothing, and then like walks into the room and is like, "Rixana, these are so interesting. If you give them to people, they like you more."
Friendship charms.
Yeah, it's like happy makers.
Do you?
That's interesting. I never looked at it that way before, but maybe we'll have a talk more about it later.
We'll just give. I'll say the example. We'll just give you her share of the delivery money going forward, right?
All right. What else are you guys doing?
I guess Kaylee's gonna try to find out where we're supposed to go.
Sure.
All that
We gotta
shopping.
find Barth.
I'll take either a persuasion or an investigation check as you talk to locals and get an idea for where Glarth lives. Well, Bear, I'm going to say that you're still working at the forge, so I appreciate the check. But okay, so yeah, Kaylee and Nehessa, you two ask around looking for Glarth. Kaylee, you learn that Glarth lives on the eastern edge of town, kind of amongst the trees, a little bit off on his own. He likes to be away from all the activity of Aurilssbarg, even with it being a small, out-of-the-way village that it is. Hi, kitty. He likes less activity than that. And Nehessa, you learn that Glarth is apparently, there's rumor going around Aurilssbarg that he's a retired assassin who used to travel all across Faerun completing dark contracts. And part of the reason why he's out on his own is because he's hiding from those who want to hunt him down.
Is he a rat?
What did the detect magic return on the package that's due to this guy?
This one is the brandy, so nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it's nothing then. Okay.
I want to find a place that will sell. I want a bag of silver dust.
Silver dust.
Yeah.
Look like colloidal silver.
I want glitter. Is what I'm saying.
That seems hyper specific. Why don't you go ahead and roll percentile for me?
Uh-oh.
And we'll say that if you roll 65 or up, you will find a place that sells silver dust.
Going to glitter bomb the lycanthrope.
I think that's his plan.
There you go. So yeah, you find, I don't know what you want to use it for specifically, but you find one use of silver dust.
One use.
And we'll say that'll just cost you a silver.
But it'll get everywhere.
You grind it
Yeah,
up.
You'll feel it for days.
Yep.
You'll be
Yeah.
finding it
We'll be 12th level and we'll still be picking dust out of our bridges.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I wanna like make sure we're not being followed, especially like coming from the dock. I want to keep an eye out specifically for rat men and rat men related products.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Ratman and Ratman accessories.
Ratman paraphernalia.
Yeah, but like accessory in like the legal sense, you know what I mean?
Specifically, people that they're not shopping at a big and tall; they're shopping at a short and furry. Is what I'm looking for.
Sort of furry. All right. So is that you guys heading to Glarth's place? Then are you done in the town?
I'm just waiting by the entrance to this mall, and checking my watch every so
Follow the
often.
smoking parents.
Spend 20 minutes looking where we park
Yeah.
the van.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one last. I want to look for one last item, which is just a comically big hunk of cheese.
A wheel of cheese for $2.
The copy
wheel
of the
of
Mousetrap board game.
Quick, set it up before we come across this brat. All right.
It's the mini game.
Okay. So you guys are heading east out of Aurilssbarg toward Glarth's home. There is a trail. Like it seems like it's light. There hasn't been any recent snow, so the trail is you're able to follow it easily enough. And Leif, I will take a perception check from you as you are keeping watch while you're going. So you are keeping an eye out for rat or rat-adjacent individuals, and you see nothing of the sort as you make your way out to this small cottage that has a couple of little fenced-in areas, but otherwise it's sitting out by itself amidst a collection of trees. I'm going to move us to another map. The door is on the east side of this cottage, and you guys are approaching the door when I shift us over. So here we go. Okay, so the cottage is in front of you. As you were approaching, let's see, who has high passive? I know Kaylee does.
I've got 15.
Yep, 15. I felt like we had like a... No, we
I
don't
got
have
17.
anything. Oh, you have 17, okay.
Yeah.
So Kaylee, Runa, and Leif, as you guys are approaching the cottage, you see that like one of the windows, the curtain is pulled aside, and you see, you just get a glance of it, of this white face, scaly face kind of peering out the window, and then the curtain closes once they realize that you see them. This looked like a tall individual. Again, they have white, scaly skin, but they did take note of your approach. What are you guys doing?
Do we know what like Glarth is?
I
Other than
don't think
retired assassin, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll yell out Glove.
The door to the cottage opens a crack, and now that you guys are closer and you can see it a little more clearly, it is obviously a dragonborn. And Glarth kind of looks you all over with his cold blue eyes, and he's like, "Yes, who are you? What do you want?"
Delivery.
And he,
We have this bottle from Rule, I think, according
So-
to our handout. Sorry.
he narrows his eyes at Rixana when there's 6 of you armed and armored, and Rixana's like, "Delivery," and he's like,
It's a sword and you're
Yeah.
And then Kaylee says, "We have a bottle from Rule," and he's like, "Oh, from Rule." He's like, "Oh, of course." He's like, "I'm sorry. Can you show me what it is before I open the door?"
Oh yeah, Kaylee will show off the bottle.
Okay. And he sees it, and his eyes go wide, and he's like, "Shadowdale brandy." Oh, and then he closes the door, and you hear chains opening and all that, like sliding off and all that, and then he rips open the door to the cottage. So I'll go ahead and remove that layer, and I'll put him right there. Oh, let's also turn the grid on for no particular reason.
Sure.
That's not suspicious.
Everybody moves. All right.
There's
Okay.
a
I
bunch of
should be up
barriers
there if
on
I'm
the
showing
grid.
off the bottle, so.
Yep, that works. Yeah. So he opens the door and he reaches his hand out. Doesn't take the bottle from you, but he puts his hand out there like for you to give it to him.
I think we were expecting payment.
Payment. Oh, of course. I'm sorry. He's like, just a moment, and he turns around and goes back into the cottage. And then
Why
as
is he
he's
so
doing,
excited for brown water?
It's special water.
As he turns around and disappears back into the cottage, you hear a cry call out from the northeast, from the trees to the north here, to the northeast, sorry, as the were-rat that you faced on the ship leaps forward from where they were hiding behind the tree. And now with a clear voice that you can tell, it sounds like a female voice, she calls out to you and goes, Glarth, we'll get you! You can't, no, you won't take him! And then she looks back to the trees and she's like, now, sisters! And two other were-rats also leap forth from hiding spots.
Excuse
and I will
me?
take initiative.
Okay.
Find all of my...
Oh, you'll love to see it.
Finally, actually rolled pretty decent on initiative. It's a first.
Okay. Oh, and of course I have the previous turns on here. So, Bear, you rolled 18, so we'll delete the 6. Runa, you rolled a 21, so we'll delete that one. Kaylee, 22. Nahessa, 5. Rixana, 15.
15.
Leif, 11. Okay, so there's you guys, and now I'll get these individuals on here. Our two... Who has that silver short sword, by the way?
Rixana, I'd imagine.
Rixana, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Rixana already has the magic one, right? Oh,
I think well, it's like we're already in battle now, but I would have given it to someone
throw it at
else who
someone.
uses a short sword.
I'm fine if you want to switch it up to someone else, because you would have, like, you guys would have had
Yeah,
that.
well.
You know, I'm fine with that happening. Yeah.
Okay. Who else uses a short sword?
Like
Probably
three of us
Nahessa.
do.
Also do spells.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, go
I'll
for
throw
it.
it up in the air and one of you two grab it.
Oh yeah, jump ball, nice.
Danger.
Yeah, not everyone is a circus performer.
I think it's like a pool cue and you like break it in half and then make them.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Kaylee, you are up first with your brand new silvered short sword.
All right. Kaylee will gently put the bottle down, and she sort of rolls her eyes at these people because they didn't do so well the last time we saw them. And she will go. We'll go to this one first, and I will attack with quote unquote short sword. I'm going to use my quarterstaff just because it has the right damage for it. Ugh.
13 hits.
Oh, cool. And that'd be slashing, I guess. Or is it piercing for short sword?
Short swords are piercing.
Okay.
So you slash at this were-rat with the short sword, and it hisses and like recoils from the silvered weapon with a mild look of like, oh shit, like panic in its eyes.
And then I will spend a key point because why not? And we're going to flurry of blows with some Ofuda. Aw.
It's a miss.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, Robo-Bear is not here, so I'm gonna delete him.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that he was on there.
The one
14
time he's
hits.
not supposed to be here, he's here.
That's going to be ongoing, I think. He's always going to be showing up when he shouldn't. All right, so some radiant damage from the Ofuda.
Yeah, so basically, Kaylee, goes over there, slashes with the sword, and with her other hand pulls out some slips of paper. She manages to land one on the forehead of this guy, and it flashes radiant. And yeah,
Nice. That's cool.
Nice.
There's a smell of burning fur as it's now clawing at its forehead and like, ah!
You're definitely Sailor Mars in my head.
well, then it would have been fireballs, right?
Thinking the same thing.
All right, the were-rats are going to go. We'll get movement out of the way first. Let's see, 30 feet.
Why did it go before me?
It's, yeah, they're, you know what? Yeah.
You know what?
So the one that got attacked is like, Silver! And pointing at Kaylee, and the other one rushes in to assist. So Kaylee, you're going to take a couple of attacks here. You're actually going to be taking 4 attacks as they swing their own short swords back at you. And your AC, is it still 16?
It is.
Okay, so miss. We have 1 hit.
Shield.
Shield. Okay, that would bring you up to 21. That'll still hit, unfortunately. For 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
But your shield stays effective until your next turn, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so then the
Although
third
I suppose
attack-
I should have known whether it was going to hit or not. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
only
sorry.
need to know the roll.
Oh,
You
sure.
can activate it after it's declared as having hit you.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And
Yeah, but you wouldn't use it.
But you wouldn't
Like
use
if
it
you
if
could
it
go
would make a
attack by
difference.
attack, but yeah.
If you want to take that back, that's fine.
I will take that back.
Okay. So miss, hit, miss, and miss on the 4th one. And that is their turn. And Runa.
Okay, so as these rats emerge, like the camera pans over everyone's reactions and everyone's like surprised or like suddenly like, oh no, there's battle, and Runa's just like breaks out in a grin. Oh good, you're back. Okay, I can catch you this time, and Tissa won't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me, Tissa. And then she like whips out her scythe and spins it around, and then like gestures vaguely in the direction of the were-rats, and I cast Entangle.
I'm sorry, a scythe?
Yeah. Did I not mention that? I have a scythe.
Totally safe.
Yeah.
She's basically someone from Skullgirls.
So I think I can only get, if I'm gonna go after the main one, I can only get. So I'm just gonna create a little entangly box. It's like right there. Yeah. Oh, you already got it. Okay.
Yep.
Well, fine. Right.
Alright,
So they need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
DC 13.
That was a success.
No.
And it's when they enter or is it just when they enter? No.
A creature in the area when you cast the spell, blah, 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 blah. That's it.
Oh, so it's
It
one and
doesn't-
done. Oh.
It's just one and done. Yep. So
Well,
that failed.
womp womp.
So you can get rid of the square
Okay,
then.
you're not going to
No,
maintain
it's
it.
still difficult terrain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
it's
It
still
makes it difficult
Yeah,
terrain.
so
Okay.
if you move it,
Okay, that's fine. I'll keep it then.
Okay.
And I'll also move just a little bit closer. Close enough that I can reach any of them in one move. No, let me go a little closer. Actually, I don't want to get too close because then I'll just kind of like go into the trees here.
Okay.
Okay.
Bear.
Okay. Bear.
Oh wait, you know what? I'm sorry. Do you mind if I interrupt?
No.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn in Link's form because I forgot
Okay.
that that's a bonus action.
Sure.
So yeah, I cast that and then I like kind of retreat into the trees and shift into the form that is good at hunting rats, I guess, and get 10 hit. Okay, that's it.
All right, Bear.
So Bear is going to run towards the fight while loading his pistol, and he is going to kind of spin around that post, end up between those two, and pretty much point blank going to empty a silver bullet into one of their brain pans.
The north
Actually-
one or the south one?
Why do they have bedpans?
Brain
A
pan.
bedpan.
They just carry around their bedroom.
You need a
Go
bedpan
north
after
one,
this.
since they're go towards the weak one.
That's why they're wearing their brown tunics.
Oh, jeez.
12 is gonna hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this isn't the fancy wear rat, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, now that 12 hits, we know Rixana's going to roll an 11.
Right. The sweet spot, I like to call it.
13 piercing with silver.
And this were-rat is bloodied as a gunshot goes off, and she takes the bullet in her arm.
And then I will promptly use my bonus action to shift and let out a roar.
All right. We should, I just realized we should have another token for you for when you're shifted, so we'll get that for next time. Yeah. If you have man bear art that you want to use, that is more
Man bear art.
than that one.
The character
I
art
don't
have
recommend
in roll
googling
20.
that.
Yeah, do not Google.
The Guild Wars 2 Codan, Josh?
What was that?
The Guild Wars 2 Codan?
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's just the best art that I could find.
I love it.
Yes, for the audience who didn't hear, when I shift, I grow about 6 inches to a foot in height, and my head goes pretty much full polar bear.
Never go full pull.
I think she's going to assist her sisters. 20.
Her sisters?
20.
I was about to
Yes.
say something like that.
Exactly. And then she's going to make 2 attacks on Bear with her short sword. So, Bear, your AC is like something crazy, 19. Yeah, something
20.
miss. 20. Oh, right, because you're shifted.
Yep.
2 misses. And then she immediately regrets going after this one. Rixana, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to go right about here, should be 30. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna move here and attack this one.
All right.
Okay, first one is that shouldn't be advantage.
20 will
the
hit.
First one is 20.
Yeah.
That is 20 damage total.
Nice.
That one's bloodied.
And then I'm going to hit it again with my bonus for offhand attack. And that is 17.
17 will hit.
That is just 4 damage.
And that one's regular damage, right?
Yeah, just regular damage on that one. And that's it for me.
All right, Leif.
So I'm going to move up to here, and I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the main sister. And then I'll use my normal action to throw 1 axe at her.
Does Hunter's Mark have any particular look or effect or visual change for you, Leif?
Yeah, I think it puts like a burning rune on them.
Okay. Eight's gonna miss.
And at the end of the turn, I'll return it.
Okay. She has also, for context, she's holding a short sword in one hand and a shield in the other hand.
The other ones don't have shields?
The other ones do not. They just have short swords.
I'll put my heels together, turn on the blade song. But but I'm struck by something the sisters said, so I'm going to make my way into the hut.
Okay.
So I'm looking for Glarth. As I step over the threshold, do I spot any trap or anything?
You do not.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, I actually, so look, man, we're just trying to do our jobs. Do you know them or anything? We're new also, so I don't know if this is like a regular thing for the outfit, like if you're used to when this delivery firm shows up, there's always a battle or something.
He's like, that's no. He's like, this isn't commonplace. He's like, but I do know those individuals. He's like, that is. He's like, I believe that's Fanger Bosch and her sisters. He's like, if Rule is the one who gave me the brandy, then that's why she's here. Fanger and Rule used to be an item, and now in the course of sharing the work that we did together, well, Rule and I got to be kind of close, and she couldn't take it. He's like, and now she's just taken that opportunity to insert herself once again. He's like, please don't use lethal force. He's like, she's still, she's just misguided.
So I'm gonna show up as the check. Okay, so I'm gonna try and suggest that he go intervene in that case. So that'll be DC 13 on my once a day
Okay.
Yuan T suggestion.
Is that a wisdom? That must be wisdom.
Yeah. Posted here. Oh god, that's not super helpful, but
All right. Wisdom.
yeah, 13.
Okay, so you are successful. And you, what is that? Okay, so what are you asking? You're just asking him to go ahead.
Can you go intervene and like let us move on with our lives? Yeah, can you settle this? He won't do something that will he won't do something that is
He won't do anything
it's like
obviously harmful, like throw yourself out here.
But I think going to talk to people he knows and ask them to not fight, I feel like that shouldn't violate those parameters. But if you think otherwise, that's obviously your discretion.
Creature you can see within reach. Can't be charmed. Okay, asking the creature to stay. Okay, yeah. So he just like nods at Nahissa and then heads out. So I'm gonna give him action on your turn then.
Works for me.
Just to
Oh yeah, and I guess I'm concentrating on this for the next 8 hours. Okay.
There we go. Yep. So he rushes out the door.
Yes.
And you all that are out here fighting, you hear someone like a heavy footsteps approaching as Glarth runs up here. And he used his action to dash. So he is now now engaged with Fanger. But that's the turn. So Kaylee,
nice.
You're up.
Second curse, same as the first. Yep. And then we'll spend another key. There we go.
That'll hit.
7 radiant. North.
And this.
Please don't utilize lethal force. And he steps outside, and you're burning them with holy fire.
Basically, think of it more like a concussive radiant blast. So she is knocking him out, or her out.
She is down.
And then since this is flurry of blows, second one, womp womp. Okay.
Yeah. Miss. So that one sees Kaylee drop her sister, and then sees Bear and Rixana all here. So she's going to take the disengage action. And then she's going to flee.
She bravely ran away.
And that's as far as she can get. So that is her turn. Runa, you are up next. Oh wait, hang on just a second. Hang on. I'm gonna change the direction in which she flees. There. Okay, go ahead.
I'm very sad that my lurker doesn't get as a bonus action. Just disengage and hide.
You gotta empower it, I think.
Is that what it is? Okay.
To get what? What were you looking for? Sorry.
Dash, like a rogue has.
Yeah, I think the empowerment gives you dash.
Okay. Well, luckily this person is within range, so can't quite reach that one. So yeah, I spot an opening and I run out and I pounce.
Nice.
So here's an attack. I don't have
22
advantage,
hits.
so
Sure,
but
but that's the
22.
first one.
Okay, so first off, let's get that 7 damage, and it needs to make a strength save, DC 13.
Okay. It succeeded.
So I bite its leg and try to drag it to the ground, but he or she is still standing. And let's see. I guess for my bonus action, then I will. Did it look like it was? Did she look like she was running into the house specifically, or just to get away?
It looked like she was just trying to get away.
Okay, then I will disengage and kind of like go around and block the entrance of the house. Like I'm right here.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
sure.
Nahes is
All right.
here. Oh, hold on. If Nahes is here, then I guess I'm just gonna back off.
Noticed me going into the house.
Yeah, she probably would have saw that. Okay,
Yeah,
go that direction. All right.
Yep, just to kind of block off her escape.
Okay, fair.
I am going to kind of
Quite have that much
cover
movement.
as much of is it Glarth?
Yes, Glarth.
Cover as much as I can with my shield, and then I'm going to reach over and touch him and cast heroism on him.
Oh, nice. And that gives him how many temp HP?
Only 3. He is also immune to being frightened, and he gets 3 temp HP at the beginning of every one of his turns.
Nice. Okay. Is that it?
That is it.
Okay.
Is an action.
I do very visibly reload my weapon with another silver ball.
Menacingly.
You're gonna get this one in a minute.
Slowly writing Fanger Bosch.
Partner.
All right. She now seeing that Glarth has entered the fray, she's going to switch her attention on Glarth and make 2 attacks against him. So short sword.
So I'm seeing Casey.
I guess it wasn't obviously dangerous, was it?
There was some risk involved. But...
The first one is a hit for 8 damage. And the second one is a miss. And then that is her. She's going to spend her bonus action to disengage. No, she's still going to want to stay by Glarth. 10. Yeah, she's going to go here. And that is her turn. So, Rixana.
Let's see. For sneak attack purposes, does Glarth count as an enemy of her?
Count as an enemy. I would say.
A Fanger?
Yes,
Yeah, against Fanger. I would say yes.
Okay. I'm going to run up here then to who seems like the strongest challenge. And before I attack, I'm going to mock her a little bit and say, are you going to stand around and fight this time, or should I find another porthole for you to scurry out of? And then I shall attack. 22.
22 will hit. She tries to get her shield in the way, but there's no such luck.
16 total with sneak attack. And then I don't know why that duplicated, but it should be 16. And then I'll attack the offhand with bonus action. 13.
13 misses. She hits her shield hits that one out of the way. So
Okay, and I will stay there.
okay. Leif, you're up.
Okay, I'm just going to throw mini axes at the Fanger.
Okay. Also, I am gonna say, okay, that 13's a miss, but I am gonna say, because I don't think it's a come up. But one thing that I do for Dungeons and Dragons, and I am doing it here, is that if you are using ranged weapons against a target who's engaged in melee, and you roll a nat 1, that hits one of your allies.
Fine, whatever.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was clear before that one hits, so you're good.
It's more forgiving than Arkham.
And then another D6 for Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
And I'll return them.
Nice. Nehessa?
So as soon as I sent Glarth out there, I heard something heavy hitting the snow, like a body.
That's true.
Guess I should go check it. Oh god, now there's one right here.
I like the idea that when Nehessa finds out that like Glarth is getting like physically assaulted out here, she's like, "Oops," doesn't actually care at all.
Yeah. Is Nehessa pondering how to put sleep out here?
I haven't made it that far out. I guess okay. So like I'll turn around and I've only got 12 passive perception, so I'll just like face check into this immediately. So now I'm face to face with the rat. Yeah. And it's like there's one bleeding out in the snow or whatever, covered in kind of singed marks. Glarth has like his shirt's all torn where he got cut.
Yep.
The cat's just over here by the well.
Just growling.
I think instinctively I'm gonna try and de-escalate this, so I think I will go ahead and throw sleep out here. And I think if I hit it, I think I'll hit it in such a way that it will hit the two of you.
Okay. And Dave, Jeremy, Jayhawk, Olive in chat is giving you inspiration to not shoot your friends.
Yay!
That's so much better than giving him inspiration specifically to shoot his friends.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take what I can get.
Right, yeah,
And sleep. Okay, so you said that's against both the rat and, or it's gonna. Well, it'll get the rat. It won't get Runa. So
that's fine. So yeah. Whew. Okay. That was close, right? To the cat. And then no answer, of course. And then I was just kind of like, Glarth's here to help. I will shout. Because I kind of like edge my way between the stack of logs and like this, standing up, sleeping rat person.
So was that no sleep?
That was no. I slept the rat. You didn't. I rolled high enough to hit the rat, low enough to not hit you as well.
I have to keep track of the.
Oh yeah, you're okay. Yeah, so that's another one on my side of the board.
Sleep counter, yeah.
Yeah, but I will shout out. Glarth is here to calm things down.
Okay. And he gets another 3 temp HP at the start of each of his turns, right? Bear? Josh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I was on mute.
That's fine. So he gains the temp HP, and he actually so Fanger's right in front of him, and he's unarmed. And you see a moment where like he opens his mouth like he's gonna unleash his dragon breath, and then he kind of pauses for a moment and he looks around, and he sees Bear behind him, and he's like, here, he's like, come on, he's like, grab her, so he's taking the ready action, and he wants someone to grapple Fanger, and he's gonna help and assist in the grapple.
Okay.
Did literally any of us train athletics?
No.
I
So-
I am trained in
Dave,
athletics with my minus one.
He, he's readying his action so that when one of you initiates a grapple on Fanger, he will assist.
Actually, I did train athletics, and I did not realize that.
Nice. Oh yeah, because
And-
you're a bear person. I think you get it.
Oh yeah. And that's his turn. So Kaylee, you're up next.
All right.
Stepping around all of the thorns.
Step over the body into the thorns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those aren't thorns. Those are trees, right?
Yeah,
Entangle.
but
What
you're
is
in the
it?
entangle.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that. And then, yes, I will strike out with short sword and look sad. And,
Guys, I want
that's
to restrain
like-
her.
What?
Guys, I want to restrain her. I'll help anyone out. And then you just walk up and stab at her.
If you look at Kaylee, there's no way she's grappling anyone.
Sure, yeah.
But
It's just.
she did just slap a restraining order on her forehead.
Maybe
Yeah.
twice. Does a 16 hit as well?
A cosmic restraining
she
order.
Subpoenaed her. Is what she said.
The 24 hits, the 16 does not.
Does not.
Nope.
Oh.
Now that you're up close, you can tell that Fanger is wearing studded leather armor and holding a shield.
Okay. She didn't have a shield before?
She did.
Oh, okay.
I think
Not
I
on the
mentioned
boat.
that. I'm
Yeah.
not on the boat. No, she didn't on the boat. She had
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Okay.
Oh, sure. Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, the were-rat snores, and Runa, your turn.
Alrighty.
Sets.
Can't quite reach. Still 5 squares away. I mean, 5 feet away. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to phase step to here.
Okay.
Or, well, to like here as a bonus action.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to run and pounce. And when I phase step, that's okay. Never mind. Hold on. I'm going to just move a teeny bit closer and then phase step all the way to here. And
There you
then one creature within 5 feet must make a Wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me. As I leap into a pocket of snow and reemerge out of the like entangled like vines covering the snow over here.
What's the DC on the save?
11.
That's a failure for Fanger.
Yes.
So she's
Cool.
frightened.
Frightened until the end of my next turn. And then I'll attack.
Okay. 12 will miss.
No.
And frightened gives her disadvantage on attacks, ability checks, and not saving throws, but attacks and ability checks, right? As long as she's within sight of you.
No, I think it's just stuff against me. I could be
Nope,
wrong,
it's
though.
a frightened creature has
No?
disadvantage on ability checks and
Yeah.
attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
All right, nice. Even better then.
Not that that matters.
Bear.
What'd you say?
Oh yeah, she can't
Okay.
move closer, but she's as close as possible.
Right, yeah,
So.
that's whatever.
I'm going to whip around this post and come over here and attempt to initiate a grapple.
All right, and Glarth is assisting you, so you're going to make it with advantage.
And just roll athletics.
Yep, it's your athletics check versus Fanger's.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
A 14 will do it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's advantage, right? Or is it?
I'm sorry, what?
Was she at disadvantage? Whatever.
No,
You
she
said-
wasn't at disadvantage. Oh, she
Yeah.
would be at disadvantage, but either way, it made it.
Nice.
Yeah, so Bear and Glarth grab Fanger, and Glarth is immediately going to like rip the short sword out of her hand and throw it behind him. And he's like, "Stop!"
Catches it before it hits the
And
floor.
in grapple, I will put the gun to her temple.
Okay. that will be the end of that combat as Fanger sees she is beaten. And she's like looking nervously from one person to the next. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the entangling vines. Unless you specifically wanted those still up, I should say, Runa.
I think I'm gonna keep them up.
Okay, sure. So they're still up. But yeah, so Fanger is glancing around nervously at everyone, and she's like, "Okay, I'm sorry." She's like, "It's just, I just," and she keeps looking at Glarth, and it looks like she's like ready to like bite at him, even though she's being restrained by the two of you. But once the gun is pressed up against her head, then she noticeably calms down. Her breathing is still really like, but she stops, like looking like she's gonna strike out.
Runa's like just like almost still in combat, just like trying desperately to get at her throat, and like someone, probably Rixana or Leif, who is nearby, has to like Leif, sorry, has to like hold her back.
Oh, and Bear's finger is pretty close to squeezing the trigger too.
Wait, no. She's not. What are you doing?
Let's say we all sit down, have a nice drink of that new liquor that we are delivering, and talk it out.
The hug it out tactic. Yeah, I like that.
Or drink it out, but sure.
Glarth looks at Fanger and he's like, I know that you disapprove of Rule and I. He's like, but that's beyond your control. He's like, you need to leave. You need to leave Aurilssbarg, and you need to leave Rule alone. He's like, don't bother these people anymore, and don't bother me. And then he looks at Bear, and he's like, if you do, then I'll hire him to come after you. And he looks at Bear, and he gives a very obvious wink, like he's not good at hiding, the whole intimidation thing. But he's like, huh? Yeah. I'll hire this one. Yeah. But that seems to be enough for Fanger. And she's like, okay. She's like, let me go. She's like, let me get my sisters if they're not dead, and we'll leave. And she looks at Glarth. She's like, we'll leave. Bear, do you really sugar apple?
I look at everybody else.
Okay.
Kaylee backs off. Actually, she'll probably go to Runa and just sort of, lay her hand on her back and just gently pet her to help calm her down.
Runa will shift back into her normal and just like looking at everyone sort of quizzically and says, we caught them. That right?
Good.
So
yeah.
Now so now we have to kill them.
No.
But that's the rules of the hunt. You can't just let them go.
This wasn't so much a hunt as a intervention.
You hunt animals, you don't hunt people.
What's the difference? She just cocks her head to the side, like you just said.
Like scrunches his face that he would even have to explain this to someone.
Meanwhile, Fanger's probably standing there like...
yeah, she's exceedingly nervous about this, because she's already afraid of Runa, so...
Yeah. I'm going to talk to Fanger and just say, we're going to let you go, but jealousy is not a good look. Why don't you move on with your life? There's plenty of rats out in the sea, I'm sure.
At this point, I will let the hammer back down. Everybody hears it click. And I'll shift back down to my standard humanoid form.
Okay.
And at this point, kind of looking around, let's go.
We've still got delivery to make, and someone still owes us payment. Turn into...
That'll be 30 gold.
That'll be 60 gold.
So when...
That'll be 80 gold.
Yes, 30 for delivery and 30 for the relationship counseling.
Therapy.
Exactly.
We expect for everything.
So Fanger runs over to her sister who's down, and also chat. I put a poll up real quick, so feel free to vote on that while we're going. Fanger grabs her sister who's down and throws her over her shoulder, and then runs over to the other one and like smacks her across the face and wakes her up. And the three of them flee the scene. And Glarth waits
She
till they're
doesn't
gone.
have a short sword though, right? Because Glaf tossed it.
That's true. Well, she would pick it up unless someone stops her.
Roxana's like the weapon. Yeah, you don't get your sword back. You're not allowed.
Okay, so then they leave with her short sword.
Oh, and sorry, I
then-
didn't realize. All right, go on.
And then once they are out of sight and running back towards Aurilssbarg, Glarth looks at you all and he's like, "Well, I'm confident they won't give me any trouble anymore. Thank you." He goes, "Let me get your payment." And then he turns and walks towards his cottage. And after a minute, he
Runa-
comes back. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Runa is like pacing so like hard that there's like no snow in like a 5-foot circle around like where she's pacing, and she's just staring down at the snow as she walks, like not so much frustrated so much as like a little confused and yeah, maybe a little frustrated too.
Right. Okay. And then Glarth will emerge, and since Kaylee's right there, he hands a coin purse with 30 gold in it to Kaylee. He's like, "This is the payment." He's like, "I have something else." He's like, "You did more than just make a delivery today." He's like, "You helped ensure that I wouldn't have to worry about Fanger, at least hopefully for the foreseeable future." And so he takes out a small stone that is carved to look like a cat's head. And in the eye, in one of the two eyes, is a bright green gem. He's like, "I got this on a job many years ago, and it has brought me great fortune." He's like, "I hope that it does so for you as well." And he hands that to Kaylee. And Kaylee, that is a luck stone. He hands it to Kaylee because Kaylee is the nearest one. It's up to you guys who gets it, obviously.
In the meantime, he's got this sort of slash on his chest. Would he mind
Yes.
if would he like to be healed?
Yes, if you're offering, he will gladly accept that.
All right, so I'll use a healer's kit to heal him up a little bit.
I think we're forgetting one part of the payment, and Roxana's gonna look hopefully at the bottle of liquor that we delivered.
And he smiles and then winces a little bit as Kaylee is fixing up his wounds. And he's like, "You came, you did more than deliver a package, and now you're even fixing me up as well and helping me to mend." He's like, "Of course." He's like, "I would gladly share a glass with each of you."
Score.
So once
I'm
that is
interested
done,
in this dirty water that you like so much.
Bear, looks at him when offered. "Thank you, but no, I do not partake."
he's like, "Of course." So he.
No,
Oh, go ahead.
no, that's okay.
Oh, I was just say he comes back. He'll get glasses and pour a drink for. He's like, "I'm sorry, I only have 4 glasses." So he pours out 4 and he just hands them to whoever takes them. And if Runa and Bear aren't partaking, so he'll hand one to Leaf. He'll hand one to Roxana because she asked. He'll offer one to Nehessa if she wants it.
Sure.
And then he'll offer one to Kaylee.
Yep, take it, drink it. Give me the glass back.
Okay. All right. So he takes a drink. He's like,
Runa takes one sip and just spits it out like, what is this?
And Glarth watches Runa spit it all out, and he's like, "That's
It wasn't. It was just like a tiny sip. It wasn't like
right. Oh,
you know
sure.
what I mean.
It's not like you downed
Yeah.
it and then.
No, it was just like a sip.
He's like.
She was doing it
"No."
very cautiously.
Sure. Okay. He's like, "That was Shadowdale brandy." He's like, I'm sorry that it's not up to your taste." He's like, "But that is some of the finest brandy that you can get in all of North Faerun." And then he will.
She looks at everyone else like, does this sound weird to anyone else? And when everyone else is looking at her like, she just kind
Well,
of
I think
does
Kaylee.
this, like hands it back like, pardon?
Yeah, Kaylee probably would have accepted the drink, but when he isn't looking, she might switch it out with someone who does enjoy brandy, so they can enjoy it, and it looks like she drank some.
Rixana sleight of hand.
Kaylee's like handing it over to Nehessa, and yeah, Rixana's just like, whoop, like, I'll be taking that. All right.
Wow.
He stoppers the bottle, and he's like, thank you again. He's like, if ever you find yourselves in Aurilssbarg and you're in need of assistance, he's like, feel free to call on me. He's like, I'm not as active as I once was. He's like, but I think I can still hold my own, and you all seem to be hardy adventurers, to say the least.
So cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like look quizzically at Nehessa because that's like something quite nice to say to somebody, I guess.
Well, he's an assassin.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean that is pretty cool, right?
You're gonna go put a Glass poster up on our room on the ship.
Dwarf.
Little thing.
2 nights only.
And he's like, "Is there anything else that I can assist you with? Are you staying in town long? Are you going to be here overnight, or are you setting out again?"
No, we're leaving as soon as the ship is ready to leave.
As a business venture, this doesn't really make a lot of sense why this ship is like our personal transport and all we're doing is delivering mail. It seems like there's a lot of overhead for that sort of thing.
This is not the only thing.
I genuinely don't know how long we're staying in town.
This is not
but-
the only thing the ship is doing.
I don't know.
Their ship stuff.
Yeah, there was other
Goods
cargo
and
on the
stuff.
ship, right?
Yeah. I mean, when they stopped at Fireshear, you saw that they were moving stuff on and off. Aurilssbarg seems like it's a stop just for you guys, but
Do you need anything shipped? We're
Do
obviously
I?
quite capable.
he's like, if I write a thank you letter to Rule, can you make sure it gets to him?
Yep.
30 gold we can.
Yeah.
30.
Well, no, that is the standard fee. That's not.
It
You
is.
know.
That's
I think no, at
Ships
this
are
point, we're
expensive, dude.
not going to rip off a potential customer.
He's like, he's like, I have no doubt that what you do is, he's like, obviously I've seen it firsthand. What you do is, it comes with its no shortage of risk. He's like, but if Rule is in Luskin, then perhaps I'll just make a point to pay a visit sometime in the near future. Thank you, but no thank
Counts.
you. You're right. But 30 gold in one day is already more than I expected to be short. As appreciated as I am of this.
I'm gonna try and persuade this dude.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
all right.
No, yeah.
And I'm gonna burn 1 point.
Ooh.
I mean, he
That's
sent you
toggle.
to
Oh, I did toggle.
Randy.
Go ahead and roll another one.
Yeah. Looking. Speech. 13.
He's like, you're right. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I say I'll get to Luskin, but I don't know when that'll happen. He's like, better to do it now. And so he goes in and he spends a little bit of time writing, and then he comes out with
Are
an
we
envelope,
actually heading back to Luskin ever?
and he hands the envelope to
Yeah,
Nehessa.
plans.
He hands the envelope to Nehessa along with another 30 gold. He's like, thank you again. He's like, not only for delivering the brandy and for helping me today, but for bringing this to Rule. It means a lot to me to know that he will be hearing from me.
It's like the worst person to give it to, like the conscienceless.
So I'll go up a little sheepishly and be like, I'm sorry I spat out your brown water. I have this jar of griffin grease. Do you want it?
He's like,
Lard.
he's like, if you have no need of this, he's like, I can always use more grease.
I don't know.
I will hand it to him.
He takes it. He's like, thank you. He's like, you and your companions are full of surprises.
You have no idea.
The Luskin Deliverer motto.
Right?
On the way whistling.
He's like, well, I would hate
I'll
to
do it.
keep you any longer. He's like, thank you so much. He's like, again, if you have any need of anything, don't hesitate to let me know.
Let's
Thank you very much.
Shoulder.
Right up.
All right. Cool. So I'm going to move us back to the regional map. You guys head back to the town, to Aurilssbarg. And as you're heading back, the winds are picking up, and there are heavy clouds that are rolling in from the west. And once you make it into town and you're like overhearing conversations and stuff, you hear it sounds like a storm, a winter storm is on the way, or a blizzard of some sort. So even though it is like late August, you're far enough north to where any storm means snow. So and as you approach the docks, Captain Silvermane seems eager to get you aboard and to get the ship underway. And as you guys are coming aboard, he's like, "All right," he's like, "What's the next destination? Bryn Shander, correct?"
Well, it's kind of a run-on, almost as if it's a typo, but yeah.
Yeah, I believe Bryn Shander is where like all of the rest of the deliveries are.
He's like, "Well," he's like, "Bryn Shander's landlocked." He's like, "And we're not taking this puppy up a river, so we'll dock at Orkney, and you guys will have to hoof it from there."
That sounds good.
Where is Bryn Shander on this map?
Bryn Shander, it's not listed.
in
It's
10
up in 10
towns.
towns. Yep, it's in the very
Oh, okay.
center of 10 towns. It is the
What the-
one town.
I knew this. I read these books in high school.
Right?
How did I not
Bryn
remember
Shander,
that?
Bryn Shander is the one town in 10 towns that is not on a lake. The rest of them are all by water of some sort. Not that that would make a difference for this ship, because it wouldn't be able to make it up the river, but just as an interesting factoid. Okay.
Also, for 10 towns, is Bryn Shander the one that's actually a town as opposed to just a few buildings out in the middle of nowhere?
It's
Correct.
yeah, it's more than like a little just like
It's
Bryn
not
Shander's
all
a
of the
town.
town.
It's a town.
It is all 10
Has
towns.
a wall, yeah. It has a wall. Yeah. Bryn Shander's the place to be. All right, so the icebreaker sets out from Aurilssbarg, and the poll came through 100% yes. Let's do another close quarters scene. So let's do that. I'll move us back to the first.
No repeats.
Yes, we will try and avoid where possible, but we'll let the dice fall where they do. So go ahead and roll. All right, nice. Ooh, we got some ones. So Bear and Leif. Well, we should start at the top. So let's start with sixes, which we have a lot of sixes. So let's go to fives.
Kaylee Leif.
Kaylee-
Waiting trio.
Oh yeah. Well, we have we have four of you that rolled sixes, so we're gonna skip sixes. We go to fives.
Right.
Nobody else rolled fives other than Rick's.
Hmm.
Fours, nope. Threes. 1, 2, 3.
Three threes.
We have three of you that have threes. Twos. Okay, two. Here we go. Rixana and Kaylee share a scene. And then Bear and Leif share a scene. So then it's Nehessa and Runa. Just as the two left over.
Okay.
And that's totally mixed up, right? Like you guys, none of you shared a
Yep.
scene previously. So nice. We get
Perfect.
new collection. So whoever has an idea for their scene can take it first.
I have an idea unless Casey has a better one.
I have a little bit of an idea. I'm not sure what the setup would be for it. So if you want to just start, and then we can just kind of combine them, maybe, or.
It's up to you. Well, mine. Well, I can tell you what mine is, and you can tell me if that would work with yours. So mine was just going to be Runa going to Nehessa and seeing if she wants to play a game.
Okay, sure. That's a good setup. That works.
Okay, so yeah, so like Nehessa, I don't know where Nehessa would spend her time on the ship, but wherever that is, Runa will approach, looking excited, and say, "Tissa, would you like to play a game?"
My name's Nehessa.
Are
All
you
right,
sure?
I'll bite.
Okay. What would be a fun game? Should we hunt something?
Well, we're
No,
on the ship again, so
The last time
we're
we
gonna have to
hunted
spend the next couple of days with whatever we hunt. So I do not know that that is the best choice of quarry.
Right, and when you play hunt, you don't. My bad. She doesn't say my bad.
Did you say you don't kill? Sorry, I dropped for a second.
Yep, that's what he said.
No. Was that what Runa said? When I hunt,
Yeah.
when you hunt, you don't kill.
When you hunt, you don't kill. because she was like harkening back to when we were fighting the rats.
We weren't hunting them.
I was.
So
But they found you. So,
I got
which
lucky.
proved who was the hunter and who was the prey in that case?
I guess I got lucky.
It's an interesting way to put it. Why do you care so much about games? What's
What
with
else
that?
is there?
What else is there? Well, keeping score, I just don't feel like people care about that sort of thing, you know?
They don't? Oh. Huh.
Well, usually there's more finality to it, right? Like when you
She
kill the prey, you're not keeping score after that, right?
She looks a little pained, and she says, I I guess so. She looks like she's trying to reconcile what you're saying with like something in her head, and it's not, the two aren't like going together.
All right, let me ask this. You're not going to plan it, hopefully. I hope I'm going to get the answer that I'm expecting and want to hear. You're not planning on killing me, right?
No, no. I mean, not unless you wanted to play that game.
I don't want to play that game.
Okay,
I'm kind of
then
tired
no.
of playing that. Usually when you play that game, you win enough. You don't have anyone to tell that you've won anymore.
When
You
Tissa
follow?
and I used to play that game, we would always keep track.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where's
this
Tissa
was
now?
hard to get used to. I don't know.
Did you win the game with Tissa?
The game is still going on.
Tessa looks around the room ominously. And then maybe there's a, kind of like a shadow on the porthole or something.
Mhm.
I don't know. I quite like that though as an ending, unless you have.
Yeah, no, I like that, and Runa will look around too, and like for a second you see like
Mhm.
just a hint of panic, and then when she realizes that the two of them are alone, she breathes a sigh of relief.
Mhm.
And
All right.
seems
So, what kind of game did you want to play? And
All right.
and then they go put sailors to sleep.
All right. Who can get leave to fall asleep?
I'll hold him. You cast the spell.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go next?
So I think Leif will approach Bear, like quite late in the evening, and say, "Well, I heard a rumor about you before we left Luskan that you just killed someone in the street for practice."
That rumor has been chasing me since I left Waterdeep.
Well, what's the deal? Because
How
you nearly
much-
blew away that fanger after they were restrained. Is that what you
How
are?
much
You just some sort of
experience do you have with
killer for no
devils?
reason?
How much experience do you have with devils?
What?
Devils.
None.
They have
Unless
a
you're counting
certain-
yourself in that.
Bear looks kind of disgusted at that comment. Devils have a certain affinity for tieflings. A band of them tore through my town. My wife died protecting those of us who were not fighters. I spent some time in Waterdeep learning a trade. The trade being hunting devils.
So this tiefling that you killed in Waterdeep was one of these people.
They found out that a survivor was training to try to come back after them, and one of their number got sent after me. This tiefling came up to me in the streets and put a dagger between two of my ribs. I lit it on fire.
Okay. But that doesn't change what you were going to do. You were going to shoot Fanger when we had a bang to rights call. That
We'll
wasn't
just
a
say
tiefling. That wasn't a devil.
I have an issue with monsters, and she so
You
far
turned into a
had
bear.
proven herself a monster. I have issues with myself too.
Okay, but like,
I appreciate having you around and having the others around to moderate my worst instincts.
right, but most of us aren't going to have time to do that in the heat of battle. You need to do that.
You're right.
And I'll
Go.
I leave at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
kind of disgusted.
That was supposed to be a positive. No, that was a 1. Never mind.
So
Yeah, those are
one.
It was
ones.
a 1.
All right, Rix and Kaylee.
Okay, I think I'm gonna find Kaylee if she's up on the deck at some point in the nice fresh open air.
Yeah, you'll probably find her. I don't know. She'll be doing like some sort of meditation, like maybe some, I don't know, some sort of smudging or something going on. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Hi there. You're one of the few people I've found in a long time who's actually impressive as with a blade, almost as impressive as me. How did you learn that?
My father taught me.
Your father, interesting. You know, I had a teacher once that he used to tell me that the way you really get to know someone is by the way they fight. And I feel like I don't know you very well yet. Did you want a little sparring session up here in the fresh air?
Oh. Kaylee thinks for a long time, just like I am. Yeah, friendly? Sure. Yes, I used to spar with my father. I don't see why we can't do that here.
Sounds good. First to 3, that's how we used to do it.
Sure.
To the pain.
Pain.
So,
Should
real
we
quick, I'm
roll
just
for
gonna.
it?
That's what I'm just gonna jump in real quick here. So my rule regarding player versus player conflict, and even in something like this, I generally don't have players roll against each other. I have the players come up with an outcome between the two of them. But I also said, leading into this campaign, because we're playing Rime of the Frostmaiden, and a big part of this campaign is the paranoia between the player characters, that there might be times when rolling between player characters is something that has to happen just for the sake of how this campaign works. So I think in this particular situation, even though it is a friendly spar, I still think rolling would be a good opportunity to see how that goes. So
Yeah, plus we aren't going to roll damage against each other, really.
right,
So,
yeah, you're just looking for
Yeah.
hits.
Because I actually don't have a sense of how I want it to go. I just want to see.
Yeah.
And we can just do you both make a you both make a weapon attack, and whoever rolls higher gets the success. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Makes sense.
Here we go.
Here come the ones. Oh!
Ow.
That's pretty good. Oh! They both rolled exactly the same. They both rolled 17.
That's true.
yeah, he's got his magic short sword.
Funny. Feels like a
Number 2.
sparring match.
Okay, number 2.
So before we go on to number 2, so Justin, how does that first one look? Because you two, like, you were confident in your strike, and then Rixana just got in there. So, like, is there an interaction there at that point, or no?
Like, basically, I think what might happen there is, like, she just barely missed with her fist, and, like, the hair from Rixana just floats by, and then all of a sudden, yeah, her blade is, like, right near my neck, basically, so...
Nice. Okay, and then I mean the next one's a 23 to 14. So if you want to narrate that as well, like I just wanted to see what it would look like because you guys rolled so close. I wanted to see what that looked like to you, but I'll let you guys take it from here.
Okay. Yeah, I think the second one is just kind of a gentle pat on the cheek. The next one.
With a sword? Excuse me?
Flat of the sword?
Flat? Just
Rixana getting overconfident as she does.
This was first 2-3 or best of 3?
Yeah, the first 2-3 I think is what
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
it's a best of 5.
What? Yeah. What?
There we go.
There's
I made a
turnaround.
showing. I made a showing.
Here comes the 25.
Yeah.
You rolled a 17 already.
Yeah, I rolled 17
Oh,
on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a leg sweep, I think. So
Oh.
So
Dirty
I'm gonna do
tricks.
one of those martial arts kick back onto my feet and go to the next one.
You guys notice that the crew that isn't currently like working is kind of gathering
do we
down and
all,
watching
like, gather
this.
around for this? Does this start drawing that much attention on the ship that
I'm-
it's like...
I'm going to say that Runa's not there because I don't 100% know if she would understand that
yeah, that would be a problem.
this is actually just a game.
I would say that all the close quarter scenes are happening simultaneously, but
Okay.
since this is above deck, the crew is definitely taking note.
Yeah, I
Sure.
think Rick's picked this spot especially because there was crew around.
Yes, people watching.
All right, next one. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's it. That's match.
Yep. Well done. So yeah, Kaylee will graciously do a bow, and she said, "Yeah, that was quite fun. Thank you for sparring."
Yeah, I had fun as well. You'll have to teach me some of your technique sometime.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, we gave back the silver short sword. I'm assuming, right?
Oh,
Captain
yeah.
Silvermane would have
Yeah.
asked for it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could fly it.
And then Rixana took a level in Monk.
That's what I was just typing that in chat. Like, now is Rixana taking a level in Monk? Awesome. All right. Okay, so that's the evening that you guys leave Aurilssbarg, which means that now it is the 24th of High Sun, August 24th, as you are heading back east towards Orkney. And I'll move us to the region map just for a point of reference. So the ship is heading east towards Orkney, and as it's going the whole time, those of you who are above decks the next day see Captain Silvermane is watching the northern sky with a frown, and the clouds and the storms that are rolling in, and you see him turn and look to the crew member who's steering the vessel, and he says something, and that guy nods and turns the vessel southward. And if Rixana, let's say that Rixana and Kaylee just finished with their sparring, so Captain Silvermane will go up to the taffrail and say, change of plans. He's like, we're not going to be able to outrun this storm, so we're heading further south. We're dropping you in fire shear. I hope that's okay.
Who is he asking?
That would be Kaylee and Rixana, since they're...
Out of character, that looks even easier, right? There's a road.
That is true. The 10 trail goes straight down. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's not ideal, but I prefer not to swim to our destination, so that's fine.
He's like, well, if I have any say of it, you won't be swimming. So he's like, if we stay ahead of that storm, we'll have nothing to worry about. And then shortly after that, like, he says that and he turns around to head back up to the command deck of the vessel. That silence doesn't get to last too long before you hear a shout from the crow's nest as one of the crew members shouts down, Captain! He's like, something's headed right towards us from the stern and it's moving fast. It's an intercept course. And
Iceberg, Jenner!
And Silvermane rushes to the back of the command deck and leans over the rail looking down. And those of you who would follow, like if Rixana were to go up and look as well, you would see the the telltale fin of a shark, and this is a huge fin sticking up out of the water, coming straight towards your vessel.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to move us back to the icebreaker map. I put everybody on the top deck, so we're on the far east side of the map. And once I load up, that's going to be initiative. Also, Rixana, oh, nice. Rixana, you can see that not only is this fin huge, but it looks as if it is missing skin in places. And you can see like the cartilage and the muscle and everything underneath. Where's I had that word?
I assume we're not actually docked.
No, you're sailing.
Okay. You're right. I see the dock and I'm like, huh?
Yeah, no, the dock's not there.
Is the fin like further north?
It's approaching from the back of the ship, so
it's approaching from the back.
Yep, it's coming straight on from the back.
Okay, but it's off the map. It's farther.
I have it because it's under the water, so I have it hidden right now.
But we can see the fin.
You can see the fin. It's not but the token's not a fin. The token is a creature. So what do we have everybody on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of you is not in the turn order.
Sorry, I clicked. I didn't have
Oh, okay.
But
I'll add you. Hang
a
on.
log. Yeah.
There you go.
So a big rotting fin.
Yes. Coming towards you. You're at what, 2217? Okay. All right. So, I'll go ahead and share the token. You can see it. It is a giant undead shark swimming towards you. You see more bones than you see skin or flesh of any sort. And it is making great speed towards the vessel. And Nehessa, you are up first.
Where is it?
It is, we'll say it's within 15 feet of the back of the ship.
Oh, it's the back of the ship.
The back of the ship, yes.
Oh.
I'll move it there. That's fine.
Sorry, responding to a message. Click my heels, get my bonus speed going. For blades on. Well, 35, 40. Well now don't have line of sight on the thing. I guess I'll just dash to get up to here. And this is just another orc. This isn't the captain.
That is the captain's token, so we'll say that he took over steering the vessel.
Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of just keep an eye on protecting the person that knows how to keep the ship moving.
Sure. Okay. Bear.
Yeah, at this point, let's see. Because I assume I have to go up the stairs to get to the back part. Let's see. Yeah, I can't get line of sight, really. I'm just going to work my way up to the top here. Since we're back on the ship, can I have RoboBear back?
Yes. I told you it was going to be a thing.
Still think it should be called Robert.
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 Robo bear.
All right, I just dropped him next to you.
That works.
Okay. Runa.
How tall is this deck? Like, can I just leap off the railing here and just keep going this way?
Oh yeah, I would say the deck is probably 10 feet above the main deck, and so going over the railing, yeah.
Okay. Then
you'd be fine.
like everyone else is running to that side of the ship, so I think we'll do the same. But I think what I'll do is I'll move to here, and then from here, I mean, I definitely can't see it, right?
Right.
So I'll move there and I'll yell out like, what's happening? And if someone responds, otherwise I'll just keep running.
Shark.
Shark attack.
It's down there, though. I don't really see what it can do to us.
Okay, can I delay my action, or is that not a thing?
You can hold your action.
Yeah,
or
you can ready.
ready
You can
an
ready
action
an
if you
action,
want.
but you can't. Yeah. Okay, so I'll ready. So I'm gonna like move to over here, and I'll ready my for like if they start attacking it, then I'm gonna leap in the water.
Okay. Rixana.
Trying to think here. I am just going to move closer to the action about here or so. And I'm going to hold for my action for if it happens to get within range of an attack, then I will attack.
Okay, so if it gets within range, what range?
I don't know if it's going to get
Sword
high
range?
enough to be within range.
Just leap off the deck and then flop around.
Sorry, I was thinking you had a ranged weapon. No, you're melee. So yeah, if it gets within 5 feet.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It jumps into the sword range.
Exactly.
Hold the sword up and let it just land on it. Yeah.
Keyword.
Yeah. Okay. All right, then Leif, you're up.
I will move along. I'll move up to there. I don't want to go up onto the back in case it comes alongside. So I'll just stay there, and there's no weapons or crossbows or anything on the ship, right? What are the sailors doing? Do they look panicked? I mean, like, I know it's a big ship, but like, this is a big ship.
Captain Silvermane
It's
looks
a pretty big shark.
He looks worried. And the few sailors that are top deck are looking worried as well. They're working on keeping the sails going and everything, keeping the ship moving, trying to outrun it, but it doesn't look like they're being effective.
Is this ballista canonical, or is that just part of the? Okay, that doesn't.
Yeah, it does have a ballista.
But the shark is too close that the ballista wouldn't be able to hit it. Like that's meant to shoot long range. So.
Yeah, and it's apparently mounted in place.
It should be able to swivel, I believe.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't see it on tracks or anything.
Oh no, yeah, you can't.
I can't really tell what this.
Deck. No, yep, you can just turn it left and right.
Okay.
Leif, anything else?
No, I'm just gonna move alongside there.
Okay. Kaylee, and also Bear requested, since he didn't take an action, if he could just cast Longstrider on Kaylee, and I said, yeah, that's fine. So Kaylee, you are now affected with Longstrider.
50 feet of movement.
I figured I'd aid in your mobility.
So how far down is this? Oh, it's also sort of underwater too, right?
Yep. So from the command deck to the surface of the water is probably going to be about 25, 30 feet.
Okay.
And then it's just under the surface.
And it is coming right for us, right?
Oh yeah. Yep. Intercept course.
All right. Well, I will
Can a shark intercept anything though?
I will take a piece of paper and throw it at him.
Yeah.
I don't think you quite got the hang of this whole throw the book at them reference.
Yeah.
Also, it's
Throws a
in
paper
water,
rope
so it's
that.
like
Yeah, paper versus water. I think we just saw what wins there. So
Yeah, that. So
Mm.
you like throw the Ofuda and the wind takes it and it goes flying off.
just
Um,
drifts off harmlessly.
yeah.
just
That was an
floats
attack.
down.
And as a bonus action, I will do it again.
I like to imagine it, like
Hey.
that first one like wafts to the front of the ship and suddenly some like whacks some sailor in the forehead and you scream.
Yeah,
Well,
it still
this
smites
just
me for
is-
some reason.
Yeah, awesome. So this is just bludgeoning. So yeah, basically like right as it touches the shark, it's a sort of concussive blast,
Mhm.
and yeah.
So it hits the shark, and there's this boom, and you see like the water kind of around the head of the shark just like explode outward a little bit. But the shark doesn't seem to change its course or even react at all. It's
Katie's
still
like, smile,
powering
you son of a bitch.
All right.
It does.
Nick,
Yes.
someone attacked it.
Yes. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Spend your
So,
reaction and leap in the water.
I leap in the water. So my action is to dash, basically. So you just watch Runa just without a second, thought, just jumps in the water.
What?
Yeah, and as part of my ready to action, I can't also use the bonus action, right?
Well,
It's just like one
Well,
thing.
the action that you readied was dash.
Right.
And
Okay.
you can only use bonus action on your turn, technically.
I just jump in and I started swimming.
Nice.
Sorry, I missed that you had a reaction or a ready to action for that.
Yep. If someone attacked it, I was gonna jump in the water.
Well, and you can choose not to like if you decide you didn't want to do that.
Oh no,
that's
I'm
fine.
lying.
Yeah, you can choose to not be dumb.
No.
no, you can't. That's the thing about being dumb. It's
not a choice.
it's not an opt-in, opt-out thing.
All right, so the shark closes the distance to the back of the ship. It opens its jaws wide, and its jaw opens much further than you would expect a shark to be able to open it. And those of you on the deck just kind of see it disappear, out of your field of vision because it's going under the ship, like under the command deck, sorry. But Runa, since you're in the water, you see its jaws latch onto the rudder, and it is chewing away at the rudder, trying to break it off. And that is its turn. I'm just going to roll. Okay, that's its turn. So Nehessa, you're up first, and this thing is latched onto the ship.
Is it visible at this point?
You can still see like the back half of it because it's so large. You just can't see its head.
Sure. It was worth a shot, I think. I'm gonna suggest that it just swims as deep as it can. Let's go with the rudder and just swims as deep as it can. Wisdom save from the shark.
Okay.
Can they understand you?
Oh wait, yeah. Magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you. So I'm going to say, save your spell slot. That's not going to work.
Well, it's an innate thing, anyways. But
Oh, sure.
yeah, that's the UNT. Damn. Okay.
I do kind of like Nehessa going. Like, well, if we're worked on a dragon, it can work on a shark.
Yeah. Fuck off, shark.
Be gone, Fod.
So is the back of the thing above water?
It's not a. Yeah. Like the tail's every so often the tail and the back half of the body is like coming up above the water. It's still mainly below, but it's not like entirely below because it's thrashing as it's hanging onto this rudder. So yeah, you can see it.
How don't have a lot of like so Toby chill. Sorry. Dog stuff.
He's like, cast sleep.
Does that look like it's gonna fall asleep?
One sleep per battle. That's the rule.
Dang it, Toby, you're the worst wizard.
Yeah.
Cast fetch.
All right. Are we playing with the climbing on animal or climbing on monsters rules?
If you want
Here
to.
we go.
I'm fine with it. I gotta look that
I
up.
think we are when someone says they're doing it.
I think we are now, yeah. Hang on just a moment while I look. That's not something I normally have to look up. That's in the DMG, right?
Yeah, I think it's basically just like athletic stuff
I think
to
it's
stay
something you
on
find
it.
is in the instruction manual for Shadow of the Colossus.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
You got to figure out what your grip meter is.
Dragon's dog with this shit.
Yeah, good reference.
cleaving, hitting cover, attack options. That's what we're looking for, right?
Mhm.
Climbing onto a bigger creature.
Yeah.
Okay, so you use your action to make a strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check, contested by the target's acrobatics. If you win, you enter its space and cling to its body. And if you lose, I guess you'll be in the water as this
Yeah.
thing is
Mm-hmm.
moving away from you.
Yeah, you would.
Mm.
Nick, I sent you a message on Discord.
Okay, I see it.
Mm.
Alright.
All right, I'm just gonna aim next to this thing's head, and I'm gonna see if it. Oh, I can't see its head, can I? All right, so I'm just gonna target its back. This is gonna do.
Do
fuck all.
it. Do it. Do it.
No, I'm
Someone
not
get
doing the. No, we're not
try
doing
to
the. We're not doing the dumb thing. We're doing the more or less dumb thing. DC Con for shatter. It's like just
Okay.
loud noise tries to distract it.
Sure.
Mhm.
Con save DC 13.
You're gonna do something epic, and instead you threw noise at it.
It was unsuccessful. Or, I'm sorry,
That
he
is an
succeeded.
escalation
Well,
from
okay,
paper.
so
Sound and fury signifying nothing.
well, 4 thunder damage. Although I think you get resistance to thunder if you're underwater.
Oh,
Or no, it's
good.
resistance to fire. Whatever. Yeah. So I think it's either 4 damage or basically nothing.
I'll do the 4 damage. That's fine.
Do you get vulnerability?
alright. No, into lightning.
Mm.
Thunder and lightning are obviously
Right.
very different.
No. I was asking. Do you get vulnerability to lightning when you're underwater?
I think so. I think you do. All right. So I tried to blow off some chunk of it with a shatter, and it does
Right.
not seem to have done that much.
Okay, yeah. You hit it, you did some
Mhm.
damage, but yeah, it wasn't effective. So, Bear, you are up next. And MJ, that should be ready for you.
Yay!
Okay. I am going to spend my bonus action to have Robo Bear give me advantage, move up, and shoot at the shark.
So how is Robo Bear giving you advantage for this? I just want you to describe it to me so it makes sense.
Because it's basically the help action. I am going to say that he is going to kind of move along with me and lift me up to get some extra height shooting down on the shark.
We'll take that.
Did the bear just dirty dancing you?
No, it Titanic him.
Titanic,
Yeah.
too?
He's king of the world, all right? There we go.
Okay.
24 will hit.
Well, I softened it up for you, so.
10 magical piercing.
The bullet goes into and it splinters the bones a little bit. But yeah, so it hit, it did damage, but it looks like there's still a lot to go.
Yep.
A lot of shark to go around.
Yeah.
And that is my turn.
Okay.
And that's Robo Bear's turn.
And I got deleted from the initiative because
I
Nick
know.
is-
I'm trying to figure out
so-
how to
No, it's totally fine. It's totally
get
fine.
the token back in play now.
Oh no!
there
what
you
do I
are.
do? Oh,
This is here. Is this you? That is you. Okay. So I just have to realign this to Runa.
yep.
Okay, so your HP and your AC and all that aren't going to be in the
That's
bubbles.
fine. I can fix it. I also need vision.
Oh,
Whoops. I also accidentally hit back.
Minor details.
I'll be back in a
Vision,
second.
night vision, 60. There you go.
Sweet.
And Rixana, you are up.
Actually, I'm up, but I got
yeah, because you're.
Mhm.
Oh,
I got
gosh.
deleted from the initiative.
Ugh,
Mm.
yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. I'm sorry. It's my fault for giving Nick my aquatic form image and all of that jazz. Okay, yeah. So Runa like dips under the surface of the water as she's swimming, and I still can't see the map. I can see my token. Yeah, I can see my token, but not the rest of the map. For some... There we go. Okay, now I can.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I dip under the surface of the water and reemerge, or rather, suddenly there's a dolphin, and I just like ram into this zombie shark. But first, and I'm gonna spend a spell slot to increase my hit points. So I get
It's prudent.
Ooh.
some temp HP, and then I make a fin slap. Yay, fin slap.
Wait,
Wow.
no, that can't possibly be the attack.
It's
No,
a 10.
yeah,
No,
10
19 was my
The
temp
roll
HP.
shows how effective a fin slap is.
Yeah, fin slap I don't think is going to cut it, I'm assuming.
that
Okay.
misses.
But that is
Okay.
my act, or that is my turn, rather.
Rix.
I have questions because I'm trying to decide my two original courses between two original courses of action that I had in mind.
Okay.
How far down is the water?
From where you are, about 30
Yeah.
feet.
30 feet, okay. So we talked about the climbing on monsters rule, so it's an action to get on it, but once I'm on, do I need to keep spending actions to stay on?
I would say no. Once you make your save, or once you make your roll, then it can try and knock you loose. And that would be where your ability. So your first check would be your action to get onto it. And then from there, it would then be spending its action to try and knock you loose. But the problem is that if you're loose, you're then, like I said, you're in the water, and
Yeah.
the ship and the shark are swimming in a particular direction at a very high rate. So
Yeah,
So
I'm
my
not being funny, but
my
there are ropes everywhere.
Yeah, the rope was also part of my plan potentially. But my other question, this is for MJ. How big of a dolphin are you?
I am, let me look at what size, I think I'm medium sized.
I think they're medium, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, aquatic is medium sized, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
no.
Potentially rideable is what we're saying.
Yeah,
it's-
medium creature can ride a medium creature.
Medium
Yeah.
creature's
As per
rideable.
centaur rules.
A centaur.
Find me!
Centaur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like Aslan in
Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna
Alright.
give a little salute to my friends. See you on the other side, and vault over onto the back of the dolphin.
Okay. Gosh.
I'm not trying to resist it, so
Yeah,
does
I'm not gonna
there
call. I
even
was
need to
gonna
be a
call for an
roll?
acrobatics check, but no.
I mean, maybe an acrobatics check to like land on me.
To stick
That's
the
what I was
landing,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Let's do that.
I can do that. Yep.
Is
Could
anyone
not
else praying
resist.
for
I
a
mean,
one?
how could I resist? It's
See where the narrative
No,
goes at that
awesome.
point, kind of.
impossible. 12. Okay.
Can I give an inspiration to Rixana
So
from
here's
myself?
the thing, Rix.
I do have.
You do have
Yeah,
inspiration,
I
and
do
you
have-
can spend it to roll a second die if you want. Not
I
that
think
I'm
I have-
influencing that either way.
It's
I
probably
think I
not
have
Would
to
MJ
for
spend
this
their inspiration to position correctly to aid Rixana's landing?
Yeah, can I help?
I would say no, because technically at this point, like
I
Runa's
probably don't
trying
even
to
realize what's
slap
happening.
the shark. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration.
nice.
Do it.
22.
Yeah,
that
there
will
we
do it.
go.
You land on Runa's back.
I like
Success?
like-
question mark.
yeah, like you see like the dolphin face like turn around and look at you to like who like what just happened, and then as
That's
soon
how
as it
dolphin anatomy works.
They're very bendable, Stoke.
And,
What
Last
do
time
you
you
know?
saw
yeah,
a
yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
provocative over-the-shoulder shot from a dolphin.
Right
And
now.
then
Look at me, Dolphin.
that is Rixana like goes back to like
All right, so I sail through the air, land on dolphin back, and if I
This is a
have
really
action of-
fun final session of D&D for me.
Well, I almost jumped the shark. Instead, I jumped the dolphin. So be grateful.
encounter isn't
So-
over yet, Ian.
With my action, I'm gonna go ahead and swipe at this thing.
Okay. I'll need an animal handling check. No, I'm kidding. That's when he tries to buck you off.
Yeah. All right, let's do this thing. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Okay. 16 for that.
Nice.
And then bonus to do the offhand attack.
Okay.
That's 25.
25 hits.
Just 2 damage for that.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Life. That's
Okay.
it? That's all you got?
Had a long road to hoe, man.
Wow.
Of
So I'll move up to here. I'll use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark again,
course.
and then I'll throw
Alright.
an axe.
Moved
Go
up.
do it.
Oof! And at the end of my turn, I'll return it.
All right. Kaylee.
Paper.
Presumably the shark is doing something while we're doing, this.
Its just turn hasn't come up yet. Yeah.
Attacking rudder, I guess.
Uh,
Yeah.
15 will hit.
It's 6 bludgeoning. Bonus action.
How much bludgeoning does a piece of paper do?
Well, it's the slap,
It should
That's
be
what it.
slashing damage.
5 bludgeoning.
Okay.
That is me.
All right. On its turn, the shark's going to dislodge from the rudder and swim away. It's going to disengage. So both Runa and Rixana can make attacks of opportunity if you so choose.
You're dang right.
13 hits.
Yes.
Ooh,
Wow.
Ooh.
Damn.
We established that's with sneak attack, right? So
Yes.
Good
Yep.
lord.
We do have a friendly character within 5 feet. So,
what is that? That's 27 damage total.
Yep.
yeah.
Nice. This makes up for
it's-
last.
I was going to
It's,
say,
uh,
makes up for your inability to hit last session.
Yeah.
Well, he
It's
can only
bloody.
crit things that are running away, so.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I think that's my second crit opportunity.
Yeah, like don't turn your back on Rixana, Jesus Christ.
So this it's bloodied, but after Runa and Rixana get their passing swipes on it, you see that it dives down, and because you're underwater, you lose sight of it after a short distance. So it's continuing to move, but you don't get an idea of the direction in which it is moving.
Stokes has mark on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make perception. I got advantage
Oh,
to
sure.
try and gauge its location.
I think it's survival to track, but whatever.
Alright, okay. I got advantage on this.
Runa just dives underwater with Rixana. That'd be really funny.
Leif, you can tell that it is moving under the ship and also angling itself to be on the starboard side of the vessel.
Oh boy.
Paul is left, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, starboard is right.
Starboard is right.
Nehessa, you are up.
Are
I
Rixana and
will use
Runa?
that information to the crew.
So yeah. I guess I get it from Leif. Are Rixana and Runa above, the water at this point?
Well, Rixana is for sure, and Runa
yeah, I
will
mean,
probably be at the surface.
Yeah, like I'm at the surface of water. Like Rixana is above water, but I'm kind of like, bobbing up and down along the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Try and keep it to starboard, or at least, keep it in sight. And then I'm going to move over here and start rotating via ballista to starboard. And actually, for bonus action, you let me know if this doesn't work. I'm gonna summon. Oh wait, no, I guess never mind. I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna rotate this thing and I guess ready a shot if it appears above water to
Sounds
the
good.
starboard.
Bear.
I am going to go over to starboard side with Robo Bear and prepare a shot for if it surfaces.
Runa.
Runa has no idea what starboard means.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
you would have seen, like, you would have had some vision of it heading in
Okay.
that direction
So,
before.
like
it
Runa
crossed.
kind of saw it go under the water and head in that direction.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay, then luckily Runa knows where to go. Basically, I think that's. Yeah, I can't really ready. Yeah, I guess I'll just dash. So I'm going like 30 and then.
Rixana hits her head on the bottom of the ship.
Right.
And you can move.
Rixana
I'm
keel
going around. I'm going around because I'm fully aware that Rixana's on my back.
Sure.
You were barely aware
And
what
I'm
time
seeing-
of day it was.
Runa, you see the shark. It's below, like it's further, it's deeper than where you are, but it is on its way up.
Rixana's like, drive me closer so I can hit it with my sword.
Rix, it's your turn if you got anything.
If it's my turn, I am just gonna ready my action for when the sister duo gets within melee range of the shark, and I'll ready an attack for that. Other than that, I don't think I have anything.
Leif.
Okay.
Like jump a
10, 15,
wall
20,
run over
25.
to it and like and then leap on it.
Yeah, I'm going to ready an action to throw an axe if it surfaces.
Okay. Kaylee.
I'm gonna hop over here, and then
I want to turn on the dolphin.
Pile on the dolphin.
I think I'm gonna throw a rope down because our boat is moving pretty fast too. I'm assuming, right?
You're muted, Nick.
Muted?
You
Yes,
are that.
yes,
yeah.
it's moving fast.
So I don't want us to outdistance our friends here in the water.
Sure.
So I think that will be my action. And Rixana can look like she's water skiing now.
All right. On the shark's turn, it leaps into the air and lands on the deck of the ship.
I didn't have ready the shot. I believe.
Form.
When it lands, now that it's fully out of the water, you guys can see inside of it are 6 humanoid skeletons that are like holding the bones of this thing up, and they're like their little legs are working to move to like maneuver this giant shark on the ship.
Are you serious?
Amazing.
It's going to turn to face the command deck, and its huge jaws open, and it just kind of goes, and 4 of the skeletons fall out onto the deck and then get up, and they're holding swords, and they're like,
Do I get my reaction for it moving within 20 feet?
Do I not have
all
my
of
shot
you
ready?
who had prepared attacks can go ahead and
Is
take
that in
them
addition to
on
my
the
prepared
shark.
attack, though? The throw master when they move within 20 reaction.
They both use
You
reaction.
only get one reaction,
Oh,
and
okay.
the readied action is your reaction already.
Yeah.
Boo.
So I do not know what the stats of rolling the ballista are. I'll just make like a ranged attack, and then
Make a range attack
you tell me what the damage.
without proficiency. So just make
Oh,
a
you
dexterity
bastard.
check essentially.
Oh, bastard.
Can do.
And
Oof.
Okay.
That's getting a luck point. Well spent.
unfortunately, the spear from the ballista goes sailing too wide and splashes into the water.
Yeah.
You're like, I
Luckily, it
get it.
doesn't like hit a mast of the ship or something.
Yeah. Okay, so
Or
we got
take
9
the sword mage to
from
half
there.
health.
that was
Wow.
the thing. And
That was a different campaign. No one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
That is. Was it just the one attack? Leif throw it a 20. That's a hit, Leif.
And then a d6 for Hunter's Mark.
Nice. All right. I'm going to add these skeletons to the turn order. and I'm gonna put them at the end of the round, so they're gonna go now. And they're just gonna rush right up there, I think.
You said 6 skeletons, right? Is 2 still in
There's
the...
2 of them.
6
two
of them
are
are
still-
piloting it. 4 of them were
Yeah.
built out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 of them are piloting it now.
I get it.
Yeah. Talking's a free action, right?
Yes, talking's a free action.
The fuck do you want?
All right, so they've got a move of 30 feet. Okay, yeah, they're just gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Whoopsies. Back. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And Leif, you're gonna get 1 attack. Nehessa, you're gonna get 3.
Sure.
So this first one's against Leif. Whoops, that's not disadvantage. Your AC is 16. That's a hit for 4 piercing damage from its short sword. And then Nehessa. First one's a hit. What's your total AC right now? I'm sorry, how much?
18. 1 8.
18. Oh, okay, that's a hit. For 5 piercing. Second one's a miss. Third one's a miss. So.
Okay.
And that's their turns. So Nehessa, you're up first.
Don't much care for this. I'm gonna Misty Step behind the captain. That's a bonus action. And then I'll pull out my crossbow and we'll just shoot. 17 on this one.
That's a hit.
All right. 6 piercing.
Okay.
I'm done.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, yeah, that's right. Okay. Then Bear.
Was it going to be poison related?
I was reading, yeah, I misread something, so for a minute I thought that the damage should have been different, but it's not, so.
Okay. I am going to move up here. I am going to shoot homeboy right there.
That's a hit.
Okay.
I'm sorry, which one was that? Was that the middle one, the south one?
It's...
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. He goes down. You shoot and his skull explodes.
Nice. And then RoboBear is going to move up here. That's my action.
All right. Runa.
Oh, what the heck do I do? So I can't.
Make an athletics check to jump on the
Yeah.
ship.
I mean,
just like the shark.
I assume if I face step, Rixana doesn't with me.
I think that was only a particular phase step, but maybe it's not even that.
I don't even know.
Rixana's-
That.
She's holding onto a rope. She'll be fine.
Is she actually? Did she grab onto the rope?
I mean,
I
it
didn't
hasn't been my turn yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been my
About
turn
that.
yet. So
Whatever
like
you
the
do- whatever you do, I'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
out of character, I'm sure that that's true, but in character, I don't think Runa would do
Sure.
anything. That
Yeah,
would
just yeet out of the water back
Yeah.
onto the
Is there-
back of the ship, leaving her
Is there any,
sister.
is there
No,
any bit of this shark that's like hanging out of that I can attack?
Tail probably is, yeah. You can probably get
Yeah?
it.
No,
Okay.
like Misty step straight up into the air and then come down nose first on top.
Once Rixana's not on my back anymore, yeah. So I'm gonna move on up to about here, and you can move Rixana as well, swimming, against or like
Mountain
alongside.
combat at 5e is so weird.
And Well, yeah, when one of the person's a party member, yeah. And I will attack. Oh, good.
Unfortunately, no.
So glad I turned into a dolphin. And then I think what I'll do is I'll ready an action when Rixana is no longer on my. Oh wait, I took an action.
You
I
already
can't
took
ready.
your action, yeah.
You can't like ready a bonus action.
No.
No.
Okay. All right, then that's my turn.
Okay, Rix.
Since we moved before my turn, since we moved within melee, do I get the ready action?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I have a feeling that aquatic form and riding the dolphin isn't going to be a staple of the campaign, so I'm fine with.
Well, yeah,
To be fair, that depends entirely on you.
Just wait until he gets bird mode,
That's
though.
true.
Yeah. Challenge accepted. 18.
18 will hit.
That's 16.
I can't imagine this exact situation will happen very often.
Right.
Yeah, this is like a 2 to 3 times a campaign scenario.
I mean,
Alright.
now,
Now
it's
and then in the
Or
finale,
at the most.
in the finale, it'll come back. Here you go.
The actual shark will come back for the finale. Don't worry.
Yeah.
This time it'll have 18 skeletons inside.
It's a monster shark.
Yeah, big megalodon.
Yeah.
Rix, now it's your actual turn.
I want the epic like 3 Wolf style art T-shirt of Rick's riding the dolphin against the
Yeah.
You said the deck is about 30 feet above.
Well, this
the-
deck is only about 10 feet, 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah,
better.
it's a mid deck.
Either way, to save me climbing, I'm gonna misty step up onto the deck. Around thereabouts. And then it takes 3 fire damage when I appear next to it.
Oh.
So when I get up here and I'm next to the shark, is there like an opening to go inside it to get to the skeletons, or would I have to kill the thing first?
They're visible.
It's not easy. It's. I would say that no, they pretty much have near total cover unless you were to go through the mouth.
I was gonna
Voluntarily
say, the
enter.
name is the mouth.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me further. I will.
Life gives you a door.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep carving at its side, like trying to get an opening in there.
Okay.
So I will attack. 14.
14 will hit.
19.
Though this is Matt's thing, do you want to describe your kill?
Yeah, I'm doing exactly what I'm saying, which is bringing it down and kind of trying to cut a nice slice in the side of this thing so that I can access it.
You cut
Excellent.
into it, and its bones just clatter apart, and the 2 skeletons inside seem to be that they were held together with whatever was holding the shark together as well. So they also clatter apart, and the whole mess of bones just slowly slips off the side of the ship, pulled by the flesh and sinew that's remaining on this
I
giant ship.
definitely picture it like when you collapse a tent on top of 2 people that are inside the tent. You know what I mean?
Yep, you just see 2 forms like,
I'm standing there like, there
You
went
know,
my ride. So I still have some movement left. I'm going to move right about thereabouts, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Leif, you're up.
So I'll use my bonus action to move the hunter's mark to this skeleton and throw axe at him.
All right. $23 hits for 6. Oh, and you got the hunter's mark damage, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. He's bloodied. Oops, not green, red. Kaylee, you're up. Unless Leif's gonna move.
No, I'll stand.
Okay. Kaylee.
All right. Sure. And then I will attack. Quarterstaff against. He's taking damage too, right?
Yes. The middle one has not. The bottom one's taken some damage. The top one's bloody.
Yeah, I'll do quarterstaff on the bottom one.
Okay. 16 hits.
9 bludgeoning.
It goes down in a clatter of bones.
All right, I spend a key to do a couple of unarmed strikes on. We'll start with the one on top.
Okay.
Nope, I'm assuming.
Nope. That'll do it.
For 6.
Okay, and it goes down in a clatter of bones.
Nice.
That's you.
That's me.
Nehessa.
Cool. I draw my my wand and I point it straight up and I do 3 force.
Actually, the
Or
skeletons
actually, no, that's
go now,
each
don't they?
missile rather. What was that?
Don't the skeletons go now?
They were at the very end of initiative. That's right.
They were, yeah. So
and
yeah,
I
they
was
should go.
last. Yeah.
Thanks for
So
saving me
this-
this spell slot.
So this one's gonna swing at Robert.
He has disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, that's a miss. And that's its turn. So, Nehessa.
3 darts, each for 3, so 9 force.
Okay. It's bloodied.
Well, I can't win them all.
That's the first damage it took, so.
Sure. Also, it's a pretty shitty magic missile roll. Yep, I'm done.
Okay. Bear.
I am going to shoot him.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah. I'm kind of a one-trick pony, guys.
That'll hit.
I can throw him off the bridge.
So you shoot this one, and he clatters apart. And as his bones fall to the deck, there's this light blue, icy kind of mist that comes up from his body, and you just hear the skeleton whisper in a voice, "Scarred." And I will put that in chat. The name that filtered out from its toothy skull in a ghostly manner. Scarred. Congratulations, fellas.
Does that mean anything?
I will. Oh, history.
I don't know. I didn't mean to roll twice, but that was a 21.
Wow, you have quadruple advantage.
Yeah.
Nehessa, you recognize the only thing that comes. Scarred is first of all, you know that Scarred is like a giant name. Like that's not like a big name, but it's a name of a giant.
Yeah.
Of a frost giant. The only Scarred
Got
that
room
you
for Beyonce.
have heard of is
Biggest name in Giants.
Taylor Scarred.
Yes.
The only Scarred
New
that
album
you've
dropping August 26th.
heard of is Scarred Draugson. And Scarred Draugson is rumored to be a frost giant lich. But that is all that you know.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Probably nothing. Yeah, probably coincidental.
Probably.
Do you
Probably.
share that with the rest of the pie?
Scarred
When
is
would I
like-
have a chance to? If this is just my immediate, surface level recollection on hearing that name, that skeleton for whatever reason whispered as it exploded. What?
Okay.
Yeah, I will once I have the opportunity, but given that you're over there, I think it'll have to wait for later.
Like 15 feet away.
Dude, I don't just like Rain Man open my mouth and just have the information pour out of me, Glossolalia style, like Scarred Drogson is a giant necromancer.
All right. And after that, Captain Silvermane makes all haste towards Fire Shear. And that is where we will pick it up next week. So great job, guys. We made it through another 2 encounters in 1 week. The next 2 are, I'm sorry, how many do I have? 2 or 3? The next 3, we have 3 left. And these ones are a little bit on the longer side compared to the ones that we've done. I've also kind of fast-tracked. Like this was literally just a combat encounter, and that was it. So this one was easy to tag in on the end.
Sure.
But we got 3 left. I expect those to be about 1 per session, but we'll see. Chat, thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for interacting. Thanks for the inspiration that was thrown out. Again, Sage, thank you for the sub. And we will catch catch you guys.
Whoever you may be.
Yeah, Jeremy, thanks for the entertainment. Yeah, no, thank you for watching, and we will do this again next week, Tuesday, once again at 7 p.m. at Central Standard Time, where we will pick up once again in Fire Shear. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.